Well, that was a fuck up, wasn't it?
Well, there we go. Right, we're live now anyway, because I forgot to press the live button again. And I need to remember to look up to the camera, because that's where you are. That's where you are, innit? So, anyway, hello! Look, me and Baz are on holiday!
Literally our holiday get-ups.
We're in our holiday get-up because Baz and I are on holiday this week.
Yeah, perfect.
As you can see, we're in the same room. Hopefully you can hear us both. Let us know in the chat section. Let us know in the chat section if you can hear us. I need to stop looking down there. Yeah, so me and Baz are on holiday this week. We've come away just for one night to a secret location on the South Yorkshire Nottinghamshire border, I would suggest. Jimmy B, hello.
Milton Keynes, Jimmy B, as I know.
Oh, there you go. Hey, we're quite close. It was just up the A1.
Rob's in here as well. Hello.
You missed my 3 o'clock lives the last few days because I haven't done them. I've been very, very busy. So yeah, hello. Thanks for coming. Welcome to the lock-in. Usually, the lock-in involves me being in Ireland and Baz being in England and us being in our virtual pub in 2 separate places. The only difference today is that we're in our virtual pub but in the same place. So it's kind of an away day. That's why me and Baz have got into our holiday clothes. And we do have a guest tonight. So hello, Kathy. Sorry about the start of it again. I messed it up again. I think out of the 12 times we've done this podcast now, I think I've failed to mess up the start of it once. I need to earn some money out of this. So if anyone wants to send me any money, I'm only joking. I need to earn some money out of this so I can employ somebody to press all the buttons because I'm useless.
In fairness, like, as part of my job, I should be going over. I was supposed to be live right now. But...
Well, you did, but it was 2 seconds after we started. I could have done that 5 minutes before we started.
I never said I was. No, I don't have to say it perfect.
So, hello, welcome everybody to a beautiful. We are actually in a really, really nice place. We'll definitely come here again.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's a lovely cottage, as I say, in the Nottinghamshire, South Yorkshire border. That signifies a border, in case you were wondering what that hand gesture was. And it's beautiful. It's really, really warm. So we've got the windows open and a fan on over there. But we'll see how we get on. But tonight we've got a guest. And do you know what? We haven't had a guest for a little while. And we've had this guy on before and everybody really, really enjoyed him. So we brought him back on again.
He's wonderful. You love him.
He's a legend. People are saying the picture's very choppy. We've got to live with the internet connection we've got here, unfortunately. So we'll just keep talking. Pretend it's a normal podcast instead of a video podcast. Anyway, we've got a guest on who I'm going to bring on shortly. He's been on before. You all loved him. You all love him. He's one of our favourite TikTokers, and now he's our mate. So here we go. Let's say hello to. Oh, we're on the wrong side. Let me just sort that out. Joshua Hughes.
Hello.
Hello, Joshua. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah. Hey, where are you? Somewhere nice. You're not in your usual little environment of your. There's no cubes behind you. I didn't recognise you.
Oh, I just took a little trip.
Joshua, I can't really hear you very well. Where are you?
Can you not hear me?
No.
Joshua, I can't hear you. Just come in here.
Well, do you want me to come in? Shall I just come in?
Yeah, just come and sit on the settee with us. Yeah. I'll let you much better now.
Hey, how's this going to work? What's going on here?
It's just get rid of him off there.
Oh, yeah, that's better. Irritating.
Anyway.
Thank God for that.
Right. So, ladies and gentlemen,
Still drinking everything.
Hey, still drinking where everyone should be.
Landlord's watching.
Landlord is.
Hey, hello. Hey, you didn't expect that, did you, people?
Excited.
Hey, 3 people in the same room.
I'm not used to other humans in
any
way.
This has never been done before. There's a new level of human interaction. I need to keep looking at the camera.
Oh yeah, because
otherwise we just look like we're playing Fortnite or something. Yeah, so this is a new level of human interaction that we've never had on the podcast before. We've never had 3 people in the same room before.
Touch him and everything.
Hello.
I'm not just an AI, which is good to know. I'm really proud of that.
Actually
Personally.
exists.
Yeah.
I went through the bizarre situation 2 weeks ago of meeting Baz for the first time in real life, and then today met Joshua for the first time in real life. I said to him earlier today, it was like it's weird. Every time I turn around, I kind of almost see your avatar.
Yeah.
And I find it, or you're just not on a screen. It just confuses me because I can see your face and I understand your face. I know your face, but it just confuses me.
I was in the car with Baz, and I was looking at him on the side, being like, I can't believe I'm seeing a profile view of this man.
Yes, never happened sideways.
I love the way that, when I first saw him in real life, I just explained, well, how come he's not changing?
Yeah.
Flowing. Do you know what I mean? He's worn the same clothes all day. He's a bloody liar.
Although the truth is, I've made Joshua do his Rubik's Cube trick loads of times today.
Lots of times.
He can do that live. I've seen that.
It is real. There we go. Finally. I do feel a bit stupid though, because you both seem to have dressed for the holiday that we are on,
Oh,
and nobody ever.
Baz can help you with that.
What do you mean? What's happening?
Well, do you know, we can sort you out with some holiday clothes. We didn't want to
Are you
have
trying to strip me? Is this what it's dragged to an Airbnb and stripped?
No. We clicked the button for mature content on the podcast, but not that mature.
It's going to get far more exciting.
Not specialist.
Well, this is what Baz comes back with.
Well, I don't know what Baz promised. There we go.
Oh,
there we go. You pop off.
I'll nip out.
You pop
Oh,
off.
we're not here.
Let's do it properly. Let's do it properly. Let's do this.
You pop off and get your holiday clothes on.
You can see this is planned.
Hello, Keith. So yeah, Keith. Shay is jealous, but also I just FaceTimed. Well, Shay just FaceTimed with Joshua, and I think it might have made his life. So yeah, he's not jealous anymore.
Oh, here we go.
Is this
Good evening, Martin and Ali B and Keith and Starfly Productions.
I absolutely love it.
Does anybody know who Starfly Productions is? That sounds official. I like that.
Is this again?
Starfly.
Hello, Starfly.
We're off
you're my favourite
if you want.
flight.
Yeah.
And Rob and Jimmy B, Kathy Stewart. Hello to
Keith's
everyone.
in the house.
Hey, look, here we go. Look, we look like we're actually on holiday.
If anything, I would say that this shirt shows very clearly that Baz doesn't really have these pecs. In fact, it's always the shirts that do.
It is.
As you can see
You do
from the
look,
screen right now.
you look buff in that.
I know. I know.
I'm going to take my holiday hat off now.
It's the benefit of not ironing the shirt. All the creases have made it slightly smaller. So.
Oh! Sorry, football happened.
Oh.
Well,
You
don't
just-
tell anyone the score.
Sorry,
They're choosing to
everybody.
watch us rather than watch
Yeah.
the
Football just happened.
Anyway.
so I won't tell you the score just in case you, because obviously you want to watch us and you'll watch the football later.
10-0.
But yeah, it's 2-0 to us.
What's the agenda? What's our plan? What are we doing?
Well, let's refer to
Well, do you know what? We haven't asked the first question yet because we got confused because we were all here together. So, Baz, what are you drinking?
So I have so I've gone. So as everyone knows, I drink rum, and I spent quite a bit of money on it. But I found Sainsbury's own Caribbean Pearl, which is a spirit drink. I know.
Isn't that a song?
By Billy Ocean.
Yeah. Caribbean Pearl.
No, so based on when we had Clara on a few weeks ago, and she said that she drank Sainsbury's own rum because well, she said she drinks a lot, so obviously saves a load of money. And I thought I'd go down the same route. And actual fact, I've just so I've also found out tonight that this is a sin from these two. But I'm not allowed to drink Pepsi, so
Especially Pepsi Max.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? What kind of
Pepsi's wrong.
So I'm just going to slide myself over
He's
here.
trying to be Lionel Messi. But speaking of that, before we get on to what us two are drinking, speaking of that, did you hear that something like £2 billion has dropped off the Coca-Cola share value?
4 million.
Why?
4 billion.
Yeah, because it was
4 billion has dropped off the value of Coca-Cola because Cristiano Ronaldo, in a post-match interview, was interviewed and there was 2 bottles of and he moved them out of the way and said agua, like that, so telling people not to drink that.
Don't drink that.
The share price of Coca-Cola has
apparently
tumbled.
for 12 hours. It's gone back up to where it was.
The company, well, you should have told me that 12 hours ago again. Could have bought loads of shares in Coca-Cola. So yeah,
Pepsi Max.
apparently Starfly Productions is Joshua's biggest fan.
Ah.
In his words.
Hello, Starfly Productions. I'm feeling a little bit hit on right now.
That's it. You put him under pressure now.
I'll take it.
So can we have a name for Starfly Productions?
Yeah, we need a name. We need to be able to refer to you.
Go on,
But hopefully, look. As I say, we are on holiday, technically.
It does feel like it. It does feel like it. I don't know if it's the shirt.
It's really hot. We're wearing shirts. We're having some beers and you with your mates. It is a holiday, and we don't go home tonight, so it must be a holiday. But we are at the mercy of the Wi-Fi connection that we've got,
and the impending storm that's coming in as well.
There is, yeah. So maybe we could do storm watching live.
I'm looking forward to this storm.
Me too.
We're
going to go running around naked in the rain later. Yeah,
that is what
that's
when men get together.
I think so. I think it's the only way to cement this relationship between the three of us.
Don't cross the streams.
Yes. Good evening, Dolza. Do you know what Dolza is?
That's Meg.
Meg. Sorry, Meg. I forget that every time. I will remember once, but it'll probably be in about 2027.
Oh, hang on.
Let that be a puzzle that you can figure out.
Right.
Oh,
Joshua doesn't like puzzles. What are you talking about? Why are you
puzzles.
doing that?
I don't do puzzles.
Oh my god! He just doesn't have a brain that works that way. You just got to, you got to give him. Well, you got to at least give him a clue. You've given him one clue so far, which was you're his biggest fan in his words.
Oh.
Do you say that everyone's your biggest fan? Is that the
To
problem?
be honest, I go around and I pat people's back and I say thank you so much for being my biggest fan. I give myself a little wink and I walk away. I mean, that's pretty much how it works.
Well, that's the
It just
problem.
sounds like a song from Paparazzi.
That's the problem. Is someone coming on saying that your biggest fan doesn't narrow it down because you've got 1.4 million of them.
Oh, shucks.
Oh, right.
Anyway, we haven't just come here to talk about your fans.
Oh, yeah.
What are you drinking, Mr. Cubed?
I'm on Stella Artois.
I don't.
Maybe they always sponsor Queens. Maybe that's why I feel like it's the right time of year.
Do we need to tell the story of how we got it?
It's a whole level. It's a whole. It's a whole level of class of bubbles, isn't it?
It's like once you find out what you're drinking, absolutely.
No. You said that I'm drinking Stella Artois. You've used the full
I didn't
name.
wear my
And
vest and northern it up. No.
And you've also said that it reminds you of Queens. It was like, no. It's called Stella or Nelson Mandela. It reminds me of men in council estates drinking it in white vests.
Yeah,
that's the difference in what that drink means to the two of us.
I'll be part of the rebranding. But go on,
sorry, this gets a bit spookier. I was a fan of Josh before TikTok.
Oh, thanks very much. I know. Okay, I know.
Oh, Joe, we'll find this out throughout the night.
Yeah.
Just keep dropping it. It would be like, what's my line?
I think this is from your production days. Mike, finally, what are you drinking out if you're in your lovely 9.99.99p?
I'm drinking. It's my usual tipple. I'm not sponsored by them, but hey, if they
soon to be,
if Aldi wants to get involved and get me to flog their version of Stella, which I think is better than Stella.
Ooh, controversial.
But if they want to pay me, I'll happily shift. I'll jump ship with that. But for now, I'm just going with Artois and the
Queen.
I can imagine long term as well. If you get sponsored by Stella Artois and you get sponsored by Saint-Étienne, you will probably be quids in. I'm not just suggesting.
Aldi pay well.
Do they?
Aldi pay very well. Yeah, they pay much better hourly rate than most supermarkets.
No, he really does want that contract.
Oh yeah, he really does want that. No, I'm just hoping they pay more for till stuff. So I'm just hoping they'll pay more for this fantasy sponsorship that we've just invented.
Well, every week's a fantasy, right?
To be fair, Baz did have to buy this for me. Baz had to buy this for me. I mean, I don't often venture north, okay? And that is because I get ID'd, apparently.
This is incredible.
And I got ID'd, and I just assumed, well, I'm not going to get ID'd. I never get ID'd. So I said, I can't buy this. So me and Baz had to go to a different shop. And then outside, he was like, I better get this. I better get this for you.
But it was weird, though, wasn't it? Because like the guy was really, really courteous. He was like,
nice. He was nice.
I'm so sorry. Now I've asked you, I can only act on the fact that I have to use my ID. Joshua was like, well, I haven't got any idea. I can tell you loads of things. What did you say? I can tell you loads of things about myself.
You can tell loads of things about me. I can show you my TikTok.
You want ID? 1.4 million. That's what my ID is. Who do you know who I am?
Yes, I was very close to saying.
And then, of course, he said, "Oh yeah, but I can't allow him to buy you the beer now either because you'll obviously be buying it for him."
Yeah. To be fair, Sainsbury's did their job correctly.
Yeah.
But in Aldi, there would have been some leeway, I'm sure.
Well, do you know what? It's supposed to be what it's. If you're 25 or under, they're supposed to ask you.
Yeah, if they're strictly being 25 or under.
Unbelievable.
And in fairness, though, Joshua had a mask on. So
And I had a TikTok mask on, so I looked like I was 14 probably. Like,
You've covered up the,
Covered up the only bit,
You've covered the only bit that shows that you're not 16.
Yeah,
That's the problem we've discovered. It's very blurry. Well, it's blurry for us as well, but that's just because we're drinking. So sorry. The picture quality. Hopefully, it doesn't ruin your enjoyment of joining us on this. But the picture quality might not be great because our signal isn't that good. So
if it is bad, Joshua is the one.
Yeah, we just have to work with what we've got.
What on the Wi-Fi?
So, Liv's here. Hello, Liv. She's very excited though. Look,
It's Josh's really weird though. It's like you said earlier. So when I picked Joshua up from the station on the way here, and I'm going through stages using Josh and Joshua now because it's very difficult. I saw him go off the train, but he was facing away from me. I thought it's definitely him, so I sort of drove up. And then you turned around, and I thought he looked at me. I thought he doesn't recognise me. How bad's that?
if only you had a recognisable appearance. For God's sake, if you only had some distinguishing features.
My beard was flowing out the car door.
I actually think it was your fingers on the the hands around the wheel of it. I was like, okay, I see some strong tattooed fingers. I think it was
some massive tattooed hands.
So, this is the one thing about like the TikTok. I mean, have you met people on the internet before?
Oh, literally never. I mean, maybe once before, ever. This is really new to me, and it's really new to me.
Well, I've done it loads and loads of times, and quite often you'll meet people that you only ever seen in still images, and quite often people that I used to meet didn't even have their own profile pics because they were hiding their identity. So you go to the pub and you'd have to spot all these sort of really sad people that were looking away from the world or on their phones constantly. We're meeting you two for the first time. I've seen your face more times than I've seen my own in the last sort of 9 months.
Pretty much.
Pretty much for sure. I'm sure that both of you have seen way too much.
I'm not going to lie. I wondered where that conversation was going when you said to Joshua said, "Have you met anybody off the internet recently?" Or have you ever met anybody off the internet?
Whoever this person is, isn't it? It's kind of
I think that's someone from the theatre.
The theatre industry does that to believe me.
Kathy's saying, Joshua, Laurie wants you to do the crossword. Well, the big news is that Joshua and I have both been asked to be on the crossword, and I said yes, but Joshua said, no, I've got 1.4 million followers. I will not go low enough to go. No, he said
none
yes.
of them are my words. I mean, obviously they were well within my mind, but none of them are my words.
He said yes as well.
I said yes. I'm looking forward to it.
So yeah, apologies if the picture isn't very good, but just imagine us looking much better than we do. But apparently the sound's good. So just pretend it's one of those normal podcasts that you get on your iPod.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, this is tricky. It should have been a keyboard up. We could have had a sing song at the end as well.
No one's swear me sing.
Well, next time you better send a limo, space in the back.
That's a very good point. We have to formally thank Joshua for being here, for getting paid £0 and 0 pence, and even paying his own train fare. So thank you very much, Joshua.
Thank you.
Oh, he has so far, hasn't he? We haven't done that. We'll sort it out.
I'm not.
He paid for the Dominoes as well. We thought you can come every week.
Yeah, I'll just work in the background.
I like that. Maybe the Spider Granny is saying that we're the Three Amigos, but Ali G reckons that we'll be the Three Stooges by the end of the year. There's every chance, because as you know, this is we are in our. Oh, if I do that, you can see the pub. There we go.
Oh.
We're a little bit smaller, but look, there we go. We're in the pub now. This is our virtual pub called the Brace of Reedlings. We're here every Wednesday, but there's very rarely 3 people in the same room, so that's the exciting.
Well, actually, Brace of Reedlings doesn't work tonight, does it? Because like you officially have a beard, so you
are.
Oh
yeah. So what's that? A prial. Prial.
I like the thrace.
The thrice.
The thrace.
I
have no idea.
If I fall into some kind of season, what's
I
going
don't
on?
know. Well, Joshua, you need to understand that Baz is of a certain age.
Very certain.
Where occasionally they'll have they'll have a funny turn. And what you've got to do is you've got to just smile, nod your head, and hope it's not serious.
Oh, well,
That's how we deal with it.
with me either.
So let me know if you need help.
Yes.
That's how you say it.
I got to show this as a yeah, I won't go to that.
Liv says that we look like a big bouquet of flowers, which is quite nice.
Ooh,
I do like that. I do like that. Yeah.
I do.
So Liv joined us late. She doesn't realise why. But yes, firstly, we're in the same room. We are in we're in an Airbnb, and we are
Massive.
Really
It's massive.
lovely one.
It is really, really big. It's a huge garden. It's amazing. We were doing some secret filming of something that we are literally not allowed to talk to you about. But I'll mention that we were doing something this afternoon, which is another reason that we all met up. It's very exciting, and if it turns out to be as exciting as we think, it's really, really exciting. So I know it's horrible when people say that and they don't explain, but I really can't say anything. But there's a potential project that the three of us will be working on. Potential. So
Can I just point out, we got to see Mike today in his sort of most serious, serious kind of like intent phase. He's very focused when he gets into some stuff today.
Hey, we got results though.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did
yeah,
get
yeah.
results.
Yeah, yeah.
Still put it there. Come on, we did get
some
results.
I'm pretty proud
We
of
had
us.
we had a task that we had to complete and to film.
Was it Taskmastery, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Taskmastery.
We smashed it.
It's not Taskmaster.
No,
Right?
No, it's
I
not.
wouldn't be able to say that.
Yeah. I mean, well, me and Baz aren't famous enough to get on.
I am definitely. So never say that. No, never.
But also, the project did involve our landlord and his son.
Yes.
Yes.
It did. It did indeed.
And so basically, the
Riddle me Ree.
what we were doing today involved lots of banging and
Careful.
drilling and
Careful.
nailing.
Careful. You're not helping any of this.
I'm trying to think of more.
This
Screwing.
yeah.
There were all of those things.
Poking.
Yeah.
Threading.
It's
No docking though.
it involved a lot of DIY based stuff. So the guy who owns this place, who's staying next door, he came home and he just saw me outside, like sawing bits of wood and drilling stuff into it. He came over and goes, what are you doing? So we had to explain what we were doing. And
I feel like we should have just said renovating. Just keep working like you wanted us to renovate, right?
Exactly. We like the place, but if we could do with an extension.
So Friday Gray says, did it involve decking? In a very, I can reveal, in a very small way.
In a very small way. In a very small way.
Easter egg style fashion. Yeah,
in a very small way, there was some decking with the ridges deliberately upright. So we've done something today, and yeah, we had to explain what we were doing because obviously the guy's come back from work and he's just gone, what the hell are you all doing? So we had to explain, and then we started to talk about social media and all this, and then TikTok. It got into a conversation like this. So we were going, yeah, he's got 1.4 million kids. Your kids have probably heard of him. It's like, yeah, he jumps around his garden in funny clothes. And he goes, I just do some jokes that I think some people are funny in that. And then he was like, I said, but weirdly, like my biggest TikTok has been, all I was doing was painting me decking with a broom. Went, I've seen that. He hasn't even got TikTok. So I say, my decking is officially more famous than the three of us.
It's true.
I think that's conclusive proof.
You'll be at the pearly gates and they'll be like, what did you do? And you're like, you probably see my decking. I'm like, come on in, it's on your decking.
No, we don't literally know downstairs.
What have you done in your life? What have you ever done and what have you ever
God's
achieved?
Australian.
Well, I've produced three brilliantly amazing, good-looking and warm-hearted human beings. But I did that decking thing with the thing. You was like, oh, get in, son. Come on, 8.5 seconds of magic, that sunshine, in you come.
Never sounds good.
So I was like to ask questions.
That's how I met my wife.
So I want to ask a question in the comments as usual. What are you guys up to tonight? Let us know what you're drinking, where you sat, if you're out in the garden. Because we're, as Mike said earlier, we've got the windows open and a fan going and we're sweltering in it, even though we're all wearing very holiday.
You'd think these could breathe.
No.
Like,
Polyester.
Mine's got a kind of a silky effect to it, so it's quite.
You don't want to put a live flame next to that, do you?
No. I think there's every chance that this will go up like a Roman candle. If you've got any questions for us, or more specifically for our guest tonight, Joshua, if you've got any questions for Joshua or for the three of us, let us know, and we'll answer them. So what have we got? We got like our I know it's called a chat section, but you're having a proper like. It's a chat section, not a chat room.
Yeah,
we're
here, everybody.
I do like though that the chat section of our podcast is like its own little community. But
I'm expecting a whole lot of shut the box to come in up in a minute as well.
Well, that could very well feature. This is an exciting thing. Much as I'm, that my decking is more famous than me, it feels like Shut the Box is equally as famous as Joshua.
It's more.
But he did bring it. He did bring it with us. So he has humoured us. We've got a weather forecast from around the country here now. So Kathy Stewart saying it's 14 degrees in Morecambe. Rob's saying it's 16 degrees up in the northeast. Spider Granny says 29 degrees in London. It must be somewhere in between those here. Let's do a live weather. You don't get this on any other podcast, do you?
It's weather break.
It's at this point we should be doing the PK thing.
I like it warm. I got this one. Oh dear. No, not for me. What time's it there? It's 26 degrees here. It says Doncaster's the closest.
We're in Donny.
Doncaster's the closest city that it's pulled up there. So, 26. Oh, it's hot and clammy in London. Aren't you glad you moved up north for 3 degrees of relief? and it's not clammy here.
Well, we should ask you actually. So I asked you earlier, but how often have you got out of London since the lockdown?
I pretty much left once to go to Alton Towers like a couple of weeks ago. Well, a month ago.
That's still fairly north.
And that was pretty north.
But
in general, I've spent a year and a bit just living in a small bedroom, endlessly making videos. So I mean, this is really
free
like a holiday.
degree, isn't it?
This is a new life. I'm so glad. I mean, the fact that we can actually do these things is just bizarre to me now, really.
I love our chat section because they've just gone off on one now on weather.
Yeah.
It's like, so in the middle of Norway, 17. Ali G says it's 47. Ali, you're going to have to Google that for us. We've no idea what that means. We used to.
It's hot.
We used to. No, that's not 47. No, 47 in the States will be cold. 23 degrees in MK. Yeah, there's a thunderstorm on the way. So there you go.
Very good.
But yeah, as we've always been on this podcast, it's just me and Baz having a few drinks in our virtual pub with a guest, as we have tonight. So
I have to say though,
so chatting about the weather seems quite in keeping because that is what two middle-aged blokes with beards would be chatting about.
Yeah, then what we do is just dragging a handsome 26-year-old to learn actually bore the shit out of
You made that sound like we were grooming him. That's not what's happening here.
They're grooming
Speak for
me.
yourself. I'll give you a shirt.
They're buying the alcohol. They give the clothes.
I've got some sweets.
Is it possible to groom a 29-year-old? Is that?
You're 29.
I'm 29.
Yeah, sorry, 26.
Sorry, I couldn't leave it with that.
I was happy to leave it, to be honest. There we go.
No, he's not as old as the weather in London. He's as old as the weather in Doncaster.
He's only 25.
Oh, he's the other way around. He's not the day. Yeah, he's 26 here.
He's only 18 around here.
I wouldn't want to be permanently confined to the weather.
Or maybe
you'll always be a child.
But maybe your age is so Baz thinks you're 26 because we're here in Doncaster. Maybe you're 26 in Doncaster like the weather is.
I
do feel 26.
That's all right. Oh, we got 117 to me, 47 to you guys. Oh, she translated it. Bloody hell.
She is in
Arizona.
I told you it was hot.
No way. 47.
Oh, that's 47 to our 30, right? 30 is like. So 50 is.
Yeah, but
50 just converted it to 117. Fahrenheit.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is.
That's
50,
well off.
Yeah, so
that's what that is.
So the 47 is the same as our 26 and 30.
No,
what?
47 is the Celsius.
47 is Celsius.
Yeah, I know. So I'm saying we use Celsius here, right?
Yeah, but that is Celsius.
Baz.
What are you not getting?
I'm not getting why you're saying 47 is the same as 27. 26. It's not. It's 47.
Okay, so what are we comparing to?
It's 117 Fahrenheit. It's 47 Celsius.
Yeah.
That's fine. Leave it there.
Which bit couldn't you convert those to say?
I wasn't converting anything.
Well,
You said 47. Your 47 is the same as our 27. You were saying 47 is the same as our 29.
Yeah, but so what? To 29 Celsius we've been talking about, not 29 Fahrenheit, are we? Everyone else
It's
is.
Do you understand what
47.
he's
I
saying?
don't understand what he's
Everybody
saying.
else-
I'm
has
sorry.
everybody
I'm
else-
sorry.
We're going to move on because neither of us two can understand.
Everybody
Okay,
else
so-
reported in a Celsius, haven't they?
So it doesn't matter, Baz.
Has
Neither
everybody
of us
else
can.
reported in a Celsius?
Stop it!
No,
Right.
I'm not gonna let
We've
it
got
lie.
a question. Okay, Liv says Ludo or Monopoly. There we go. We got our first question through, and
30
it's
degrees.
about the same. It's about bang on for the level of intellect that I want the questions
Which one is
tonight.
Ludo?
Ludo is.
Ludo's the one where you jump a little piece round, isn't it?
Is it? I mean, I'm not even that big of a fan. Like, Monopoly can be fun. Monopoly can be very fun, but it staggers out. You know, it just peters into misery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just there's a point where everyone knows who's won. We've just got to play it out and trade. No one's going to trade. Peters into absolute agony and misery. So
Nobody wins until somebody goes bankrupt.
Yes.
That's quite a harsh thing.
It is harsh. I
And
do
also-
like harsh. It's a good life lesson for a child.
Exactly. You can only enjoy winning at Monopoly playing it with your family if one of your children or possibly both of them go bankrupt. it's quite a dark thing.
I
Isn't
bet,
it?
I bet there's not a Star Wars version of Ludo either, is there?
I wouldn't
I
have
think
thought there is.
there is a.
But then there's Star Wars versions of most things. If you can get, you know, toilet rolls and things, anything with Darth Vader
we've
on.
got, we got a Manchester version of Monopoly, which is quite good. Which is interesting though. Of all the places you could put on a Manchester Monopoly board, I think the second one, which kind of corresponds to like Park Lane, is the Chester Grosvenor Hotel, which clearly isn't even in Manchester. So I don't understand why that would be, because there are some obviously salubrious parts of Manchester and Cheshire and the surrounding areas. So
the
I don't know why.
London one doesn't make sense either. There's a whole host of places that aren't even like real proper places, and all aren't together. Apparently, like whoever owned it, whoever went down. I learned from TikTok.
I
I
saw
know.
talk it through. You think,
Yeah.
oh, this is brilliant.
Something along the lines of
Yeah.
it was husband and well, he took his wife down to London for the day, and they decided to look around street names. They basically just went wherever they went became the names of the places.
They were all within like
They're all within a
half a mile of
lot
the
of
railway
roads, yeah,
station.
except
aren't they?
Old Road and it's around there. Yeah, it's.
And then one of them's like 200 yards long or something, isn't it? One of the streets is ridiculous.
I think just made up.
Brilliant. So so thanks for that. Anyway, wasn't Monopoly made by the Americans? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I don't
No,
know.
I'm thinking of the same TikTok.
It
There you
could
go.
be.
It was originally a criticising of capitalism. I'm sure it was, but then, do you know what?
It encourages it massively.
It does, and I think most people leave a game of Monopoly feeling pretty bitter or bored or just can't be asked carrying on with the whole thing anyway. So
Absolutely.
I'm amazed it's gone on for so long. Oh, Rosie's in.
Hello, Rosie. Your moderator.
Hello,
Oh,
Rosie, yeah.
In fact, I would be moderators as well.
Yeah, that's true. You're a moderator.
I'm not doing a very good job tonight.
What's going on here then? That's a good question, Rosie.
Well, if you'd been in 20 minutes ago, you'd have understood.
There you go. Oh, look, Baz has got feisty.
Wow, I
just
was criticised.
because you've been like, Baz has got
I'm
feisty.
right and they're wrong, and I'm still getting shit on.
Because you thought, well, neither of us understood what you were talking about.
Still don't know.
Old Kent Road has 8 buildings on it, apparently.
No.
There you go. So yeah, good. Thanks for everyone for coming. So yeah, as you know, normally Baz and I are in different countries, and we sometimes have a guest on who is on a third window, but we've only got one window today.
It does look
This is-
different. It looks weird.
I like it though, it's good. I like it.
It
I'm used to
does.
tuning in and there's like just 3 boxes. It feels
I know, yeah.
strange.
It feels, everything.
Yeah.
I think everything in our life is straight. Yeah, you don't need to look up like that, do you, to see us anymore?
And because it's not in quite reflection, like I'm used to TikTok so reflection-y, and at least just doing this.
I know,
I'm not
that's
really
it, innit?
looking at.
That's
I
it.
can't be honest, I do a lot of my lives now by flipping the window around the other way because I'm so used to this.
Oh really?
Yeah, just yeah.
Well, the inner workings of the.
Well,
I'm an old man.
when I ordered my mug to be printed the wrong way around and the t-shirts to be printed the wrong way around, it's because I didn't realise you could press a mirror button. So there you go.
One of the best things.
So in a way it's genius. In a way, it's idiocy.
Yeah, but one of the best things about when you first get someone on the podcast is Mike and I have become consummate professionals of doing it the right way around. And then people come on, they're literally like, I don't know which is my right hand, and they're like literally waving their hands around in the air.
It's the TikTokers you drag. It's the TikTokers the TikTokers aren't ready. I can't deal with it. I still can't deal with it.
Well,
In fairness-
Instagram's backwards as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't spend enough time on there to.
YouTube's the right way around, apparently.
But now I have no idea where.
I have no idea.
I have no idea where we're going. So, Liv has asked another question, which is it's important to clarify. I presume she means Coke or Pepsi. We had this discussion
Yeah.
earlier today before we even came
Already
on.
done it.
Before we even came on the podcast.
The reason I'm on this side is because I drank the wrong cola. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Pepsi is it's just they're not that different. They're not really that different, but Pepsi is just a bit sweeter, and Coke is a beautiful, long, enjoyable beverage.
Not according to Cristiano Ronaldo, though. That's all I'm saying.
that's true. Agua.
But I think he got rid of it as well. Pepsi Max and Spice Rum is the answer there.
I think our shares just gone down by 4 billion.
I hope so. We have such a big impact on Pepsi.
Bloody hell. So Spider Granny has just said
Pepsi Max. No.
Spider Granny's just said that her friend has just sold her ex-council 1-bed flat on Oak End Road for £475,000.
That seems quite cheap.
Where I live,
It must be.
where I live, £475,000 can comfortably buy you a 6-bedroom house with a big long drive and about 2 or 3 acres of land.
Oh, not round my way.
I didn't say about
Wow. No, I'm just deferring. But obviously, where Joshua comes from, that'd buy you a shoebox
Oh
at
god.
the end of someone's drive, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. I tend to never own a place, it seems, but there we go.
Which part? You're allowed to say which part of London you're from?
Well, I'm originally from Harrow, which is like northwest London, which sounds good, but in fact, it's not good. It's just where there's a school. You know, it's like a school.
A very posh school.
Like yeah, and people always assume I've been there. I definitely
And a
did not
hill,
go.
right?
There's a hill. The hill is good. To be fair, the hill is very.
See all of London
The hill
there,
is
can't you?
very classy. It's lovely. You can just kind of look over Wembley. It is really nice. So I grew up in Harrow, which is northwest London. I moved to Battersea because I was obsessed. Right, I was obsessed with being close enough.
I'm just going to go to the bar.
Go to the bar. Can you get me a bar?
It's all inclusive. I'm just going to go.
But I moved to Battersea. The reason I wanted to move to Battersea was purely because the amount of times I've taken a night bus and or the night out, and I've been like out on a bus for like 3 hours. I was like, no, I need to be in a distance I can just about walk home. So I was obsessed. And Battersea is like an hour away, which is a long way. But if things go wrong, at least I can get home.
Famous 2 things about see the power station and the dog home, right?
Yeah, that's a dog time. That's
Patersia.
But yeah.
thank you very much.
There you go.
So is that the posh version?
Yeah.
Harrow and Patersia.
But yeah, it's
See, I can't hear the word Harrow.
Without the joke.
Without just going full on 1980s borderline racism.
Yeah.
I think you want. I'm not going to do it, but obviously, I honestly can never hear that. I can't hear that word without that popping into my head.
Is that the one with why
No.
end up in Harrow? Is that the joke?
No, it's not even a joke. It's just that word said in
awful.
an East Asian accent.
But I'm the same with surprise. I can't listen.
Not that too.
Yeah. At least you know what it is.
And I'm Wheeligan. Is that, have you heard that joke?
That's
I can delete all the racial
You
references.
can just cut this out, right?
I can delete all the racial references out of the joke and just say that a guy had been away for a couple of weeks and got back, and the bin men were coming past, and he hadn't put his bin out. Everyone else has, and he said, like, "Where's your bin?" He said, "Oh, I've been on holiday." He says, "No, where's your wheelie bin?" He says, "No, I've wheelie bin on holiday."
That's not
Okay.
Yeah, but that's not racist.
That's all right.
Is it? That's
No, because I've deleted all the bits that were. That's the editing version.
That's a good joke. I like that.
I know, but I deleted all the references and the accent out of it.
I once went to see Jonathan Ross's live show, right? And James Blunt came on, and he bought with him. He's like, "Oh, hey, Jonathan, it's been a while. I've just been to China, right?" And he's like, "I bought you these hats. You know these hats?
Yeah.
I bought these hats, and then he put them on, and things like we just had,
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit we experienced. Things happen to get a little bit silly, and quite quickly you can see Jonathan Ross kind of panic. And he takes them off. He puts them so he must have had an earpiece being like, "What are you doing?" And then they put them on the sofa next to him. They continued for a bit, and then eventually he was like, "He was like, we're gonna have to remove the hats." And James Blunt was like, "Why are we removing the hats? Why are we removing the
For
hats?"
continuity.
And I was like, "Come on, mate, come on."
Yeah.
We got it. So there you go. That was a very strange but fun experience.
There you go. Was that pre or post Andrew Sachs gate?
Good point. I think that's pre. That's
Was
pre.
it pre? Right. I was
pre.
going to say if it's post, then I just post that message in his ear. Just went, "You better
Not
do
again,
this,
mate.
You gotta, come on, we can't do this again. We can't bail you out. We can't bail you out of the situation again."
Oh, the world's sad.
Oh, Gillian's here. Hello, Jill.
Jill.
She's even later. It's all right. It's all right. We don't mind. Like I say, we're all on holiday. We're on our all-inclusive holiday. Cheers.
Cheers.
In the sunshine with our holiday
Cool boy.
shirts on.
I was going to go with pool boy.
Holly, your pool boy. He's more famous than you.
He's from he's from around my way.
Is he?
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Is he?
I've never met him. Never seen him.
Because you don't go pool.
Oh shit!
Get a pool.
Right, yeah.
If you just invest a couple of £100,000 into putting a pool into your backyard.
Can we take out the dad dancer like fun?
Yes.
I'll get on the podcast then. Can you imagine that question? So how can we come on the podcast? Well, you guys built a pool and haven't cleaned it. Oh, that seemed like
I mean, if you said to him, will you come on a podcast if I build a pool? He'll probably say yes.
Yeah.
I think it's a good investment.
You probably would do. Definitely don't think it's good investment.
we didn't buy your roots.
So he was doing.
I got enough.
I saw him doing. What's she called? She was round Stacey Solomon's house.
Okay, yeah.
There you go. And she was cleaning it as well. She said, "Oh, I love cleaning it." So she was down the bottom of the pool, just like doing all the scummy bits at the bottom, and it's all.
Prime
when you drain it, it's all the.
Yeah.
She was doing that.
You've got to prime the pump. Just remove that bit.
There you go. You drop
Drop advice.
drop the tabs in.
Isn't it funny how we all know his work?
It's mad, isn't it? Well, fair play to him. Fair
That
play
is
to him,
mad.
because he's taken something pretty mundane. I know there's an easy and very visual before and after thing going on,
Yeah.
but it could just if he'd have done it badly, it would have just been look. That's what it was like before then. There you got like a transition or something,
Yeah.
which might have been a bit more
I
TikTok-y.
freaking love
But,
TikTok.
but for him to a transition to music or something might be
Yeah.
more TikTok-y, but he didn't go down that route. He went down the route of being a bit more involved and just was his own person and did his own style. And fair play.
He'd come on the podcast if you asked him. Wouldn't
Well, you're sending me out there as a recruiter.
he? Yes.
From a
It's not the reason
recruiting
we brought
drive.
I don't want to use your favourite.
I'll be watching you with him, being like, hey, you know Russell Brand.
Yeah.
You know, and then upscaling.
I start to say, go Stacey Sullivan first. That will work. You know Stacey Sullivan.
Sweet. Yeah, there you go. You could the whole 6 degrees of separation. You get a pool guy on. And then he's going you must have Stacey Sullivan's phone number, so get her. I mean, she must be fair. No, she must be making some pretty famous people.
Chico.
Oh, yeah, my mate.
Yeah. Chico. I'm still waiting for Chico.
Do you know, one of these days, one of these podcasts is going to go. We're going to go through one of these podcasts without that Chico story.
Oh, that's true. I'm sorry.
And it's going to be. I don't know when it'll be.
It's literally my
Well,
own.
we did the decking, so we might as well
I don't know when it'll
go
be.
with Chico.
But the decking was relevant to where we are in the conversation we had this afternoon.
Yeah, it's always relevant.
And it's, yeah.
Well, yeah, Chico was going to come, but he couldn't make it. He was too busy
That's
singing.
it. Yeah. That's it. It just wasn't his
It was
time.
the train fare this time. It was the train fare.
Everybody's got their story, right? Mine just happened to be Chico.
That's it.
It's a good story.
It is a good story. Why don't we start from the
I
beginning?
know, you weren't as high when you said it's a good story. You weren't as high pitched as Chico then. Is that kind of? Is it you just living Chico's life vicariously? You went up to his. You went up an octave. Then when you said that. I can't wait to download the audio of this.
There'll be dogs coming from far and wide for that.
I'm gonna send that to you. That needs to be your text alert from now on.
I could get my Chico video if you like.
Yeah.
Mm.
Afterwards, I need to see it.
Yes, I'll show it to you afterwards.
So, yeah, who else has got questions for us?
Oh God!
Because it's not just the three of us sat in our virtual pub. Well, in our virtual all-inclusive holiday resort that we're in this time. I should have changed it from the Rover's Return to being Benidorm.
Yeah.
Oh, if only I'd known.
All inclusive.
If only this holiday theme was thought of more than 3 minutes before we came live.
Are you allowed to drink?
I could have done that kind of preparation.
Are you allowed to drink out of the taps here?
Oh, I don't know.
It's always a question.
I don't know
Can
actually.
we put toilet
Yeah.
roll down there?
Oh,
God, yeah.
that's it. Yeah. Oh,
Go to the bin.
Right.
that's it.
This leads on to the question: Who here out of the three of us doesn't think you should drink water out of the bathroom tap upstairs?
Oh, bathroom tap.
That is a question.
Always.
Oh no.
I would.
Yeah, but some people don't.
If I had kids, I probably wouldn't tell
There's
them.
literally no difference.
I know.
I didn't know.
So what it used to be, and this is the thing, that it used to be that your tap in the kitchen was off the main, and then your other taps came from your
Oh, was
storage
it?
tank up in the loft. Yeah,
Right.
this is old school, old money. And quite often you find a dead pigeon in your storage tank
Yeah.
upstairs. So people, I'm sure that's the
It's
reason why.
that one.
But there are still people that don't drink out of their taps from the bathroom.
So you're asking who of the three of us
Is an idiot.
no, who of the three of us does something that only old people do?
No. But I don't know. But there are still.
Because you're suspect number one.
Okay.
I'm suspect from
How do
that.
Right, no, I have a question with it. How old's Kelly? Remember this conversation? She said she wouldn't drink.
Kelly's younger than me.
Yeah, so she said she wouldn't drink from the bathroom taps.
That's just because she thinks she's better than us.
Okay, right. There you go. Sorry, Kelly. We love you.
I love you, but answer for yourself. Can't remember something like that.
I'll send her that clip.
Does anybody else drink from their bathroom taps that people don't?
That just sounds like a horrendous or an horrendous euphemism.
Yeah.
Does anybody else
It's like a code.
drink from the bathroom tap?
It's a really weird point that people don't.
I do every night. I fill my
Same.
I got some of that.
I fill my bedside whatever I've got next to my bed
clear
to
bottle.
store the water.
In fairness, I would drink out of it just be like bad, even if it had a dead pigeon flying under the tank.
I would drink the water from it. I wouldn't drink like literally put my head. Well, I do to.
That literally wasn't the question.
No, you said who drinks from the tap? That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't
Don't
literally drink.
I
from the tap.
I would.
I put my head under it to wash the toothpaste from
Oh,
my beard.
geez.
No, I don't like to. You do. It's like a little
So
shower.
northern.
It's like a little shower
It's
for your beard.
northern.
It's like that. Well, I'm glad to be northern then, if that's what it. Matt Ricketts doesn't.
That's Matt. He's my friend.
He's Snack Boop. Snack Boop, you're gonna have to tell us who you are, what your name is.
Oh no, I should give Matt a shout out because he's the drummer in my band.
Matt Ricketts.
Well, no, I'm the unofficial manager.
Oh yeah.
I'm a shit.
I do
I
know.
love this.
I'm a
I love
shit
this.
manager.
He says this all the time, right? He goes, I was the drummer in my band. He was like, oh, you're in a band? No.
I'm the manager.
Are you a manager?
No.
Yeah.
Alright, no, they're your band.
I am the manager, but I'm really shit. I've just done fuck all for them yet. I've got to be honest.
He's waiting for you to go big so he can cash in.
Exactly, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
It's
truth.
the other way round. I can't give you my fame. I'm sorry, Matt.
That's the. If you drink from the bathroom tap, you get lead poisoning.
There you go.
True, because your mum told you.
Yeah, see.
Well, that's Spiny.
I
Well,
was
Spiny
on
Granny's
the
mum must be a little bit older than you. I would suspect, based on the word. And I know, yes, we know Spiny Granny very well, but based on the word granny and her mum, so we're talking about someone's great grandmother.
It's my great grandmother.
Yeah, Spiny great grandmother. Bedford friends. There we go. Oh, there you go. Ali B says her bathroom tap still comes from the storage tank in the roof.
There you go.
I bet it doesn't. She put, I think. But it doesn't.
Okay.
I don't think it does.
Take that bet. If you think you know, take that bet.
There you go. Jill's saying it. You're all bragging about bathroom taps. They still use community wells in Scotland. Well, I don't even mean to do that. Well,
The things you learn, eh?
yeah. Don't drink from the tap here because of the taste. Buy bottled water to drink, says Ali G. Well, there is a difference though, because
There is
the
a
water down
difference.
south is shit.
I agree. And I agree. I knew a friend who went to university with me who literally bought gallons and gallons of water from like Leeds down to Birmingham. Wouldn't even go all the way.
Up to
Don't go
Birmingham.
that far.
Up to Birmingham.
Yeah.
Isn't Leeds higher than that?
Oh, no, I thought you said London. So, okay.
Oh, but yeah, but in London, I agree. We're living in Birmingham.
The water down south is shit.
I agree.
It's soft, isn't it?
But I've been using that lovely brittle
Like
hard.
everything down south.
Let's have a look then.
There you go. All the soft southerners. Even your water's soft. But no, the water up here is like really good. Well, I haven't tried it here. I haven't tried Donny water, but I reckon Donny water's quite good.
I'm going to have a gallon of it in a minute.
Do you know my we were talking about Scotland before? My uncle used to live in Blackford, which is a small town in. It's very significantly north of Manchester.
Get out of the
Small town in Scotland, in Perthshire, called Blackford, and he lived next door but one to the Highland Spring bottling plant. So the water that came out of his taps was literally Highland spring water.
Was he not selling it?
Eh?
I'd be
It
able
was
to
like,
sell it.
like Del Boy, but that's something glowed in the dark.
This time next year.
That's it. Or Dasani. Dasani was tap water, wasn't it?
There you go, yeah.
Remember that? They still sell that in America. People still buy it.
Well, why wouldn't you? It just saves going to tap, right?
Oh, there we go. Snap Boop is staying anonymous because Josh wasn't excited enough to see them before.
Oh, this is their
So
other
it's the
account?
same person.
Oh.
I think they've come over from.
I
They've
don't
come
know.
over. They've come over from YouTube to Twitch because there's more chat action going on Twitch.
Right, can we, Snackboo, can we have 3 clues as to who you are?
No. Who is this?
Yeah, it is.
If it's what it was before, stop.
Stop.
Right. We want 3 clues. Snackboo, we want 3 clues to
Or
who
3
you are.
stories about Josh.
That can be our game for this evening. So give us 3 clues, Snackboo, who you are, and Joshua's
If you're
got to
the
guess
person
who
I
you are.
said you can watch tonight, but don't make it weird, then I am very
Well,
upset.
If you ask somebody to
I
watch
understand.
tonight but not make it weird, they've definitely done one but not the other.
unless
Definitely.
that person's at home not watching, who's just being weird.
Why not?
A damp rag. Oh yeah. Okay.
I don't know what that is.
That's a fag, right? That's a smoke.
Don't know. So Donny Waters, all right, says Rob.
Donny Waters, all right.
Donny Waters,
That
all
sounds
right.
Donny Waters, all
Is he a
right.
gangster? Is Donny Water a gangster?
It does sound like either that, or that is the local version of the United Utilities advert. Donny Waters, all right. Crack on.
Visit Donny Waters, all right.
I love so.
Come on, Donny. Come on, Snackboot. We're waiting for these 3. This is our feature now.
Oops, there we go. Easy, stop.
Oops, it is. So no, come on. We need.
I've got to be honest. I've literally run out.
Now you've made it for weird even when you didn't. So you might as well. You might as well tell us who you are. I might have to change the lighting in here. I'm gonna have to
It's
shut
dark.
those.
It's getting dark.
I'm gonna have to shut those windows
Yeah.
as well before, in case the
So last time we did this.
winged beasts.
Last time we did this. Mike spent 3 hours killing flies after the podcast with a towel. He's literally like
It was insect genocide, and I'm proud of it.
there are literally flies now flying outside going, shit, there's Mike. He's literally going to put an end to
It
it.
is insanely dark in this room.
It is, but
How does this all look okay? I don't
I
understand.
guess this
The magic of technology.
Yes,
I
it's
can't see it.
technology. So anyway, we said we're going to ask you a few more questions.
Yeah, but I mean, then we had a couple of drinks.
I can't remember what we asked you last time you were on. Can you
I
remember?
have no recollection of what I said last. Oh,
Does that look okay?
Oh no, look.
it's nice, guys. It's nice. I like it. I don't know what we talked about last time. It was more about our journey through TikTok and how it became a thing, you know.
Yeah,
Whereas now, I feel like now I know you guys.
Well, yeah,
Exactly. Well,
we
talked about
should find out-
theatre.
Yeah, but maybe we should find out. Would you like more answer to that early years of Josh?
Oh my gosh. How young
Like
ago? That's not
growing
much
up
time.
as a child, how you got into the theatre. These are all good points, right?
Well, I've just always been an insane show off. That's basically every story can basically track back to
Is that
how
two
I'm
things?
insane.
Insane and show, or is that insane? Like an adjective.
Well, as everything dramatic, there's many layers. But there you go. You've already found one layer. But yeah, everything always under super dramatic.
Have you always been an
Everything to
extrovert?
do-
Have you always been an extrovert?
I would say since I was very young. So I was in like since I was like a 10-year-old. But then I had a weird period. And then all of a sudden I thought the only way to be normal is to go mad. And I think I've been like that ever since. In fact, actually, I started copying people. I don't know if I started copying people who were extroverted, and all of a sudden I found like I was. Especially with talking to girls. I used to see people like pushing around girls. I was like, why can't I? So I started just pushing around girls. And eventually it started to work. I was like, okay, turns out they like
There you go.
nudged a bit.
That's how it works.
I really just started nudging people. I don't know why.
Do you know what? Is that not a thing you do on TikTok or on Facebook? A nudge.
A nudge, yeah, it's a nudge. Yeah.
It's not a poke.
Nudge.
Not quite a poke.
I'm trying to.
Not quite a poke.
So I was 25 when you were born. I can't remember. So then you were
92.
So yeah. So what year were you
flies.
Start pushing girls around us and
I would have been like, that's probably like 15 miles, and I was like, you know what, it's time to start.
30.
It's time to
Yeah,
start being.
I was at work at that stage, so I think I'd probably been arrested if I was pushing girls around.
yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's not so
Probably.
much fun.
Whereas I'm a little bit less threatening. That's always been my kind of my way-ins. I go in a bit like sweet and flamboyant, a bit feminine. All of a
There you
sudden,
go.
pushing you
There you
around.
go.
All of a sudden,
They're going, it's all right, this one's safe. Oh my God, he's cracking onto it.
I know it's the second house
Stealth.
party. It's the second. It's never the first house party. It's always the second house party.
It's the stealth move.
Let the riffraff.
Do you know what? I always found that I was more successful in attracting women when I'd just gone through a breakup which really affected me, and I just thought, fuck it, I'm not bothered, and I don't care. It wasn't an arrogance, it was I don't care if this goes anywhere. So I was more relaxed, I was more kind of me, and I was a little bit, I was cocky enough for it to be seen as quite good, but not too. Is this pretty tinky? Do you know what I mean? So I've always had the kind of an insecurity about. No. I've always been not that secure, certainly as I was growing up, about the way I looked. But then once I'd gone through this breakup, I was just like, this kind of air of confidence, but not cockiness, came out. And it was just the results were fantastic, believe me. In terms of numbers, I was just like, redo it. And then I met Emma and ruined it all. Do you know what I mean? Then I
success.
Then I met someone that I really loved and I'm really happy with, and you know.
I can say this, like something before you. You look so different to how you look.
I looked horrendous as a youngster. Is that what you're trying to
Even
say?
a year ago, even 2 years ago.
No.
It's not saying that you've changed.
When did you get your eyes done? When you start wearing glasses?
I got my eyes done probably about 8. Hold on, no, it was
Those photographs you showed us before. We had that night.
8 or 9 years ago. I had them when Molly was born, and she's 14.
Yeah.
So it's about 8 to 10 years ago. But do you know what? When I first had them done, I didn't like the way I looked without glasses.
Yeah, but you've been in glasses for a long time, right?
That's because people look. That's because of this effect.
Exactly.
It's a weird effect, right? There's nothing to do about it. Even I see this weirdness now. I used to look in the mirror and be like, that's normal me. Now I look in the mirror and I go, why are his eyes so close together? What's going on with that guy? So I get it. It's like, so of course, the beginning, you go,
Oh, cut that bit out. Just
we're gonna have to go through it systematically now.
It was subtle enough. There was nothing mentioned. There was nothing mentioned. It was subtle enough. Anyway. But oh my God!
The results were fantastic.
The results were fantastic. I can't believe
the time was fucking brilliant.
Can't 3 lads get together anymore?
I can't,
and
honestly,
talk about women without the wife.
Virtual pub and the wife sneaked in without mentioning it.
Liz will turn up in a minute. Like, shut up, you old cunt.
That was. Oh yeah. So yeah, that was me talking about that. But then, without even knowing my wife was there, I went on to, and then I said lots of nice things. So I think I might have got away with that one.
So this get back to my point. Have you become like more confident since you got rid of your glasses and look like you do now?
I don't like say when I had my eyes done. The reason I had my eyes the reason I had my eyes done is because it wasn't for vanity, because I thought I looked better with glasses at the time than I did without. The reason I had my eyes done was because I was a new father. You know, when you're like doing some tumble games with a toddler and you're just like, their arms are flailing about and stuff. There was one moment where we were having this play fight, and Molly was really having loads of fun. And she knocked my glasses off, and I had to stop the game to go and find my glasses, a bit like bloody Velma or Scooby-Doo, do you know what I mean? And I just thought, and it just made me feel like, as a new dad, you want to be this hero to your kid, do you know what I mean? And it just made me feel really fallible in front of a toddler. So I was just like, I don't want that to get in the way. I'll do that, even though, like, literally, once I had it done, I'm like, I don't think I look as good anymore, but that's not why I had it done. So it's quite. I'm probably one of a really, really small number of people who had corrective eye surgery or laser surgery, whatever.
Yeah.
Not for aesthetics, just for more kind of
practical reasons.
Practical reasons. And so But then since then, I've just kind of like, I don't know. I mean, I still don't look in the mirror and think, you look fucking sensational. But when I look back at how I used to look, I just think, do you know what? I just think, do you know what? I was just like, I have to admit, like, there's no getting away from it. As humble as I can try to be, I'm definitely a fine wine. Because you look at the photos of me.
This is my point.
Look, this is how it went. I'll try and get this the right way around. But right, when I was very small, I was like, I was 11 pounds at birth, right? So I was a freak.
Yeah.
Right? I was just this.
Wow.
I was just
You were like a big
about
Chinese
6 months.
baby,
So I started off low in terms of the cute stroke attractiveness, whatever we're doing on this graph, right? So I started off very low because I looked like this. I looked like a fucking dinosaur had come out of my mum, right? So I was down here,
and your mum's cool.
and then, but I got, I was a really cute baby. I had loads of blonde hair in the 70s. You know what I mean? It's like right straight up to this cute kid. Then it got to teenage, and I just plummeted, absolutely plummeted, right? Just really awkward looking for a long, long time, and that was till early 20s. Just it was desolate. Let's put it that in terms of attention from
You're living in the north as well.
in terms of attention from females, it was desolate. And then early 20s, but even at university, it's just like.
Do you have good comedy though? Do you have good banter?
You've got the chat, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
I know I've got the chat. I can see. I know you've got the chat.
People always say about me, he's gregarious, he's funny, we enjoy his company, and things like that. And that's good. Yeah, I like the fact that people like my personality. But yeah, as a teenager, you want people to like your
eyebrows and
you just want to get into bed with people, and they don't get into bed with a personality at that age. So.
No.
So yeah, that's right, Ross. But no, I have to admit, I look at photos of myself now versus 20 years ago, and there can't be many people at 46 look back at, let's say, 25 years ago. So there can't be many people who look at them in the mirror at 46 and then look back at what they look like at 21, and they're glad they look like they do now, and they don't still look like they do at 21. Do you know what I mean? So I guess that's a positive. I just wish I could go back and say to me teenage, like, I know it's shit now, but honestly, you just wait.
Or
you just wait. Loads more people will find you attractive when you're tall, and it's too late because you've been grabbed by some Irish woman who won't let you go.
But also, like, would you not want to meet those girls at school now that rejected you so badly back in the day? Go.
Do you want to see some of them?
Wait to meet you. Any of you are watching?
No, because I mean, I don't live in the same town anymore. But when I go back to the same town now, I see some, and I shouldn't take pleasure in it, but I do.
Because you would.
In the the really good-looking lads that are in my school are all really fat and bald now.
Absolutely.
And do you know what? And the girls who turn me down year after year after year are just like, I didn't know you're on Facebook. It's like, yeah, fuck off. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and it is good, but yeah.
So what was your experience? Like, what were you like when you were a teenager in school? Were you?
I think it basically.
We know you're gregarious. We know you talk.
I'm a child. I can talk well, but as you probably noticed, I'm also probably one of the campest men there is on TikTok. So this was always a problem because I realised that to be funny, I end up being flamboyant, and also I've hung around with girls. I always find it easier to hang around with. Yeah. As you know, the sneaky way in the second house party.
Are you learning here now?
You're learning. But also would like to add, don't push girls.
Don't nudge them. Don't nudge them.
There's a certain level of nudge that's within the law.
Don't nudge him. No.
I think I would like to recruit to not be a no-nudge zone as an industry.
No nudging.
But I think
hashtag no nudge.
No hashtag no nudge.
So what was 18-year-old Joshua?
I'm really silly.
I know it is.
I do allow him to know the surname, but anyway, that's
no, that's fine.
But like when I was
not here,
not till the big day where the Queen says his name is officially, and then we'll do it.
She doesn't sound like
when it finishes, when it starts with a sir and it finishes with his
yeah, at that point,
that's when people find out.
Joshua was squared. It was just as boring as it was in the first place. But I actually think it took me until the point of probably like 15, 16 to be able to talk to women properly. But I didn't take until university where I was able to have a new, fresh drama. And I went to drama school. Okay, here's the clincher here, people, is that people who want to be actors tend to be mostly girls. But also, right? But also, the other bunch of males that want to be actors often tend to be gay, right?
Yeah.
And I was very lucky in the situation that I was going into a drama school that was just full of women. Honestly, full of women, because there was probably men too, but the men were with each other. So I basically had, and then when I moved back to theatre in London to become an usher, and then I did Bohemian Act, all sorts of things I did. I was mostly surrounded by women, and I found that this place was better for me because I don't have to be overly masculine. I don't have to be anything to impress these people. And in fact, and actresses are beautiful, as you very well know.
Did you not feel like you should be more walking around with a T-shirt that said "I'm straight"?
Yeah.
Because, like you said,
I still get this problem.
you're camp, you're flamboyant, all the words you said before, and you're surrounded or you're in an environment where there's lots of beautiful women, and the majority of them are gay.
Mm-hmm.
And people's initial opinion or not opinion, but initial impression of you might be that you're also gay. Is that not a really? You're not just kind of painted yourself into a really difficult corner.
I know you think that, and now you make me feel like my success rate is incredibly low. Percentage-wise, not
I guarantee it was miles higher than mine. I guarantee. We'll do the numbers off camera, but I guarantee.
Sure,
I'll get the photos out. I'll tell you the stats.
You go round and round.
You'll be a winner. Just going to say this.
Well, you got the pecs. You got the pecs.
Well, no.
The shirt now gives me, obviously, but I feel like I can use that properly. But it's always been a problem trying to outdo that. But then again, I don't really mind. I used to think, shall I try and like when I'd go out and be like, shall I just try and man up a little bit and try? But then I'm basically lying to a woman and going, I'm a little bit more. And then they find out that I'm actually a bit cutesy and a bit sweet and a bit silly. And
I don't know what.
Well,
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what the term "man up" means when it comes to that sort of thing. It's a kind of weird thing, isn't it?
It's a certain level of masculinity that whatever sex at that point is attracted to. You know, it's just. And I just think I've kind of given up on that. And also, thank you very much. I think once you have a little bit of life around you, especially once you have 1 million followers, I don't really care anymore. I think it's best to go. I think it's best to go a little bit.
Did anybody not know?
Did
anybody not know that he's got 1 million followers?
I can't be honest. If I had 1 million followers, that would be every other sentence for me.
Yeah, I mean, in the early days, it was every 13 seconds I would think about it. Like, don't mention it, try not to mention it.
I love it. I know, but yeah,
you saw me cry. Both of you saw me
cry.
I want to talk about this.
Let's do it because that was a good idea.
I want to talk about this. So the last time Joshua was on our podcast, he was getting close. He was probably
979,000.
Yeah, something like that. It was 979. So it was.
No, I think it was a bit less.
It was the 900s.
It was a week and a bit. It wasn't the following Friday, was it? It was the one after, was it not?
It was, correct.
It was a week on Friday after the podcast.
Yeah.
The first time Joshua on the podcast, and he was saying, "Oh, Joshua, it's close to 1 million and all that." And then it's rubbing off on me. Look, I've got
spent 2 hours. Hey,
jazz hands. Here we go. I've got flowery shirt, long hair, and jazz hands. What's going on?
Yeah, we got loads of it. Sorry, Emma, he's gone to the dark side.
Well, that's it. Yeah. The pink side.
Pink side.
But no, when we had Joshua on last, he was on 970-something thousand, and we knew he was close to going to 1 million. And then it was a week on. It was like 10 days later, we had him on the quiz. We had him on the quiz on TikTok, and he was getting very close to 1 million. So close that during the quiz, I had on my iPad, I had a live TikTok ticker going about followers, and it was just going up by a ludicrous amount every 2 seconds.
It was going up ridiculous
and up. And it was going up hundreds every 2 seconds.
It was one video though. It was one bit. So basically, I made this video where there was all the cubes, and it said 98%, right?
Yeah.
Because I did it, and I planned this was the video. I knew this was the one. Because I used to do a thing where I count cubes to a certain amount of followers, and each cube was a thing. Just before a milestone, I would get a big. So on 99, I always go one away. That. So that was how I originally kind of. But with the 98% thing, what I had to do was change one little cube turn it from 8 into 9. Yeah. So I could really quickly go, and we're on 99. Thank you very much. And that video even now picks up a lot. Wow. It's probably 8 million views, which is probably actually my biggest video. Wow. But it is just purely that.
Yeah.
It's interesting how you get one
video.
It's not exactly someone teaching you something amazing, like how to quickly playing Decky or
It's
something.
not 8.5 seconds of decking madness.
And
26 million
and
views.
Kelly's voice. But carry on.
Kelly's voice. I love the Kelly voice.
I promise. Kelly said she wants a percentage. I said I can't remember how much it was at the time. But I said I can't remember how much it was at the time. I'm clearly not going to talk real numbers.
Later on, I'm going to try and
I
guess.
clearly can't go into real numbers. But I said to Kelly, oh, it's all right. I'll give you like. No, I said I'll give you, at the time it wasn't at 26 million. It was at something like 10 million. I said, oh, I'll give you 10% or something like that. And at the time, 10% equated to about a gin and tonic in the centre of Newcastle. So I think, to be fair, I am planning to go and spend some time with Kelly at some point. So I will honour that. I will get the gin and tonic that I promised her. But the night that Joshua went to 1 million, I was aware that I didn't want. So I
did it very well.
I had this ticker going with Joshua's followers because he was on our quiz on the Friday night, and I just didn't want. I didn't want him to be on the quiz when he went past that milestone. So I was just keeping.
I was sort of
So Saudi beats.
At the time, I think I was quite looking forward to it. I remember before it thinking, actually, okay, this is the truth. Before it, I thought I don't want to be the TikToker that stands there with his number and cries.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was exactly the words I said.
Okay.
And then what happens is you have a bit of fun. You have a bit of fun with Mike, and you play a quiz, and you think, hang on a minute, I'm a little bit tipsy, and I'm having a good time. So what happened was you let me go. I ordered a pizza. Which took ages to arrive, so I was standing there eating pizza at the awful moment, and then I kind of flurried into it.
Well, I remember Mike saying, "You've got to go now and go and celebrate this." Because I remember texting you tonight and saying, "This is going to be great." We were on WhatsApp at the same time. Literally going, "This is going to be awesome.
This is going to be brilliant."
I spent the whole week preparing a quiz rather than thinking about anything else. And also, I didn't want to because when I nearly got to 500,000, honestly, it was like 3 weeks. Matilda had bought these balloons. It's amazing. My friend down the road, amazing Matilda, had bought these balloons. And the balloons were going down because it just wasn't happening. It just wasn't happening. And it was really negative air between them. It was awful. So I was like, I can't just think it's going to happen until it's really that close. So I was kind of just like not giving myself any attention for it until that moment. I think and I put my energy into this quiz and I hadn't really thought about it.
It was amazing though, because I basically we were having a brief chat at the end of the quiz, and I basically booted Joshua off. I said, look, it's going to happen soon. I said, I don't want it to be while you're on a dual life with me. I want it to be. It's your time to shine, Joshua.
Go forth.
Go on. Out into the stars, onto your stage in the limelight. It wasn't like that. But, I was saying, I don't want it. I don't want you to be on a dual life with me. I want it to be you. So he went off, and it was only about an hour later that it happened, and it was just brilliant. It was just to see.
I slowly
to see the kind of you could see the raw emotion of you kind of I think because you'd had a couple of drinks that had kind of brought your guard down, which in a
I would have stayed more performing if I had.
Do you know what? In a good way.
I was really glad. I wasn't trashed, but I was able to go on.
But it was in a good way. It let your guard down, and you were able to be you. And it was brilliant because it was beautiful. It was really kind of poignant and stuff you wouldn't have expected. And do you know what? In a weird way, I think you got loads more followers just because it was just so people just wanted to be
emotional.
People just wanted to be part of it.
What was nice about that as well? Because did you have an iPad?
That's what. Yeah, just
and everybody being in front of we were all watching that thing. And this is how much I remember it. It's like still surprised me now. It's like, do you remember when it clicked over?
It clicked over.
There must be loads of us kind of going, nice one, son. We're all part of this. We're all part of this tonight.
Yeah, I could also feel you guys as well. So it wasn't like normally I just click on and I don't really know who's there. I might recognise your thing for a second.
Yeah.
But I basically just almost pretend like you're not there unless you want to engage me or say something.
Yeah,
in that moment, I felt like there was so many people with me
that
I also was just like, I don't know what level I want to embarrass myself. So all sorts of things. So just basically was like, all right, let's see here we go.
But things like that don't happen in your life. Certainly you don't expect things like that in your life. And when they do happen, it's like, we've had milestones. Because similar way that we did the milestone where myself and Mike did a live when he was on 99,900.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we stayed on for 4 hours.
Yeah, it took you about 4 minutes to go like, oh, nearly there, nearly there. Tears came and that was it. Me and Baz were there going, oh, for fuck's sake, come on now, we've been on for 7 hours. All the 100,000 followers, just hurry up.
No, first we didn't do it to, like,
No, we didn't.
because we were trying to get to 100,000.
We.
Like, but we decided to come on and do a live on it was a Sunday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a ridiculous Sunday afternoon. We came on at 3, and we were chatting away, and then like we decided, like between the two of us, should we stay on to get? We're going to stay on to get 100,000 because he was on 99,000.
Well, I feel like I saw it earlier in the day. And I was with you.
What was
like I saw it was
I know, yeah.
What,
Oh, it just went on forever.
what was so funny at the end of it, the Sunday night, we were both so fucking hammered. It was like literally the worst moment. Oh god,
Barely remember it.
Well, that was a good night. But I think similarly, I think when things like that are recorded, like because obviously that was, but we both did live recording screenshots.
They both recorded it and sent it to me, and I didn't watch either of them for several days because I literally woke up like I wasn't even like drunk. I'm like too embarrassed to look at this.
No, see, I knew that that's how you would feel, and
Yeah,
I remember saying,
you said to me like,
I covered it, and I said, you won't want to watch this.
Yeah.
You probably won't want to watch this for a few days, but you'll love the fact that you have it. Or
yeah, I'm really gonna have it. Yeah,
I said something like that because I knew that at the time you would be like, oh my god, I cried and all this, but I was just like, but I knew you'd get to a point where you just think, thank God somebody captured that moment and the whole thing, and you can kind of step a little bit back from the emotion and just appreciate what we appreciate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Well, I mean, me and him were like proud uncles. It was embarrassing.
Yeah.
We were more embarrassing than you. Do you know what I mean? We were welling up at home. We weren't on live on TikTok.
Sadly, though, it's done really bad Pornhub for me. So. It's been really difficult for people. But getting back to this thing that we always talk about, the TikTok journey, which we did with you last time, they're little milestones, aren't they? In the fact that they don't mean a lot of things to people who aren't on social media. Yeah. But for I think it's nice to have we talk about the community, which people on here, which people we got from your lives that have come across mine, our little family. I think it's really important as well, sharing those things and those sort of things.
Yeah, because the rest, yeah, I think the rest of the time it is just a number. I think most of the time I do genuinely not make videos thinking how can I break in people. I don't do that. I don't actually do that.
I do.
Instead, I get there's a mentality for that, and occasionally you can see it in my stuff that I'm asking for something or whatever. But in general, I do just kind of think, let's make something great and fun. But in that moment where it hits 1 million, that is the only moment where I really was like, this is where I can absolutely let this number count. For a minute, I can really acknowledge that this has happened to me. Yeah. And normally I kind of try and gloss over the following as much as I can with most people, just because what's the point in always talking about it? And it just seems a bit weird. But in that moment, I was allowed to actually talk about it, which meant I could actually say what I feel. Yeah. So it was amazing.
And as Baz mentioned the community on it, and it's like I don't make content to get a shitload of views. It's nice when it gets a shitload of views, but I don't make content to please a computer in China. Don't get me wrong, I love everything I do to go to silly numbers,
including China
and
China loudly, including China.
But I'd love my stuff to just go to loads of viewers, because a lot of my stuff has high, so when people see it, they tend to like it. But I'm okay with that, because that shows that what I'm doing out there people like, and it goes first to the people who follow you. I wish it'd go to more people who follow me, because there's a decent sized number of people who've clicked a button to see more of stuff who don't get to see more of stuff. But the people who are here and support us on this are the ones that interact so much that it always gets to them. So they're always the ones that are first to comment on stuff, because it obviously gets sent to them first. And do you know what? When I do a video, I just do a video that I think is funny. And if it goes to the guys who are here in the comment section, who are on our lives, and and it's the same people who are on all our lives, this little community that we built. And if it only goes to them, all right with that. I mean, obviously, occasionally I want it to go to more people, because I like what I do, and sometimes it takes a long time to do, and I'm proud of what I do. But even the ones that don't go very far, when I get comments from these guys, I just think, well, even if it's just us that see it, I'm all right with that.
I have a grave concern. This is working really nice. We've got a nice little, the three amigos. Kelly's got to go. this bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's a very good point. That's a very good point. Do you know what?
Yeah.
I keep forgetting to mention this. That's a great. That's a great one.
I don't know why my arm's already around you.
Oh,
See,
look at
there's
that.
masculinity with my legs crossed.
There you go. There you go.
There you go.
But, yeah, there's something that I keep forgetting to mention every time we do the podcast. Is that we're doing a live version of this. So you've just had a little snippet of what it looks like, or it sounds like.
I'm really looking forward to it.
I like it a lot. So yeah, if you want to see us, if you want to come and see more of this, and you want to meet us and Kelly, then Malham on July the 14th is where you need to be. If you go to daddancer.co.uk, the details of how to get tickets for that are there. So listen, you've got plenty of time to. Like I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, I'm going to struggle." You got loads of time, right? It's about a month. You can sort out work, you can sort out childcare, you can sort out anything. Make it happen. Come and see us.
And also, can I just point out, from what Mike said earlier about like how weird it is seeing like an actual TikTok this face for the first time, you'll get to see these three faces and this face here. Let's ignore these.
You'll get to meet the famous Joshua Cubed. You'll get to meet the infamous
Kelly,
the petrol emotion who jumps around his garden, and you'll get to meet some middle-aged bloke with long hair who keeps banging on about how he used to look like an idiot.
You'll get to meet the very beautiful Kelly.
There you
Kelly
go.
Hurst of the life hack.
That's it. There you go. So yeah, come and see us at Malham on July the 14th.
I can't believe we're going to Malham.
It's going to be amazing.
Malham. It's tiny.
It's a beautiful
place. There's so many amazing places to go.
We've got to go to Malham Cove and look at the waterfalls.
I was looking at the population
of
Malham
Tarn as well. And there's Clinton Gripes on the limestone pavement.
You have to be careful how you say Tarn, because in London it means town. Mount Tan.
Yeah, absolutely. That's I'm really confused by Tarn.
London Town.
But yeah, so join. So we've only got a few people come so far, but look, you're going to get to be able to ask. You're going to get to be asked like Joshua Cube actual questions.
sorry. Before we go there, my wife sent a picture illustrates the fine wine thing. So I'm gonna see what it does.
I've seen these, by the way, because we had a drunken. We had a drunken.
We've got to download. I'm gonna have to. She promised, and you know what? I'm comfortable with showing. You know, some people like look back and say, "Oh, I don't like photo. Oh God, I looked rough." But I was like, exactly.
Why would you not want to say?
I love showing pictures of how shit I used to look, because by definition, I look better now. So
you got your photographs of you, did you?
I might do, yeah. But the thing is, I did look very different. I was a bit more I was definitely chubby.
Yeah.
I didn't have glass. Oh my God.
There we go, people.
Oh my God.
Hopefully you can see this. So can you see?
I've seen this photo. Yeah.
Honestly, it's as different as it looks, guys.
I mean, to be fair,
that is very different.
You look like you should have been not you.
Emma looks quite moon faced as well. That wasn't her best moment.
Yeah,
but
no. Emma's
don't get me wrong. I'm still massively.
You were punching the fuck out of your way.
I still am. I'm still.
I don't know what.
I've got no qualms about it. No.
I've got two things to say: good in bed and also loads of money.
And neither of those are true.
You were punching, pal.
100%.
You still are.
100%. I realised very early on that I was, like I say, it happened at a time when I was kind of. I met Emma when I had.
Just a quick question: do you think she could see your potential? Is that what it is?
No. I think she's just very charitable. But, I don't know. Do you know what? When Emma met me and I realised she was interested in me, I was so confused. I just thought, like I say, she's either charitable, got questionable taste in men, or I thought it was some kind of social experiment. I couldn't understand it.
She quietly moulded you into this handsome god of a man.
Well, if she has, she's done it with her feet.
She's done it well. She's done it well. Oh, can I just say, you are literally the epitome of the ugly duckling. So you just turned into this kind of slightly, because I'm really jealous of Mike's hair. He's got the samurai.
Mate, you don't need to be jealous for long. This is It's taking me longer and longer to wash my face these days. And as soon as I start to look anywhere near Bill Bailey, it's all coming off.
It gets back to this thing as well about, like, obviously, I don't know if it's the fact you become more self-aware and you decide to change how you look because it's how you feel, but you've changed so much that, like, if you showed me that photo, I'd be like, yeah, that might have been your younger brother. It's got fuck all to do with you these days.
Yeah.
It's like, it's same with you. It's like, what kind of encourages you to change how you look? Because you've literally done a transformation. I mean, I do them all the time, but you've done it well.
Well, I mean, to be honest, when I look back at the TikToks I made in February last year, I think a lot better with short hair.
Yeah, yeah.
But the whole thing with the long hair is just like I said to you, is that it started off with lockdown.
Yeah.
And then it got to a point where it was like, I am running out of time. So this is like last chance saloon.
Yeah.
I was
love
like,
it.
when it got to a certain length, and I just thought, I'm never good, because it takes a year to grow your hair, and I am losing it fast. So I was just like, look, this is the last chance I'm going to have. So I'm gonna stick with it. I don't even, half the time I don't even like the way it looks. I'm just living this. I'm just living my hair's best life while it's still going.
We should run this because it just sounds like 2 minutes later. Oh, you've been lovely, look at you.
But you know what?
It keeps me on edge. It keeps me on edge. I'm thinking, oh my god, what's going to happen?
It's like literally, you have to go, I want to go to sleep now.
Terrifying.
Fuck off.
I've got brothers that are 11 years older than me, luckily, and they're only just starting to. So I can basically.
You've got that
I'm
time
using my
with
brothers as a scale for me permanently. They're in every facet.
Actually, well, that's even there. So, siblings, what have you got?
I've got three. I've got 3 siblings. I've got 2 older twin brothers that are 11 years older than me. And they're identical in every way. Yes, they have done twin switches over their time.
Wow.
Legally able to tell you what they are. So
That's right.
We'll wait.
You've got a younger sibling as well.
We'll wait till we're not live.
You're the baby of the bunch.
I'm the baby of the bunch. I've got a sister who's 6 years older than me. So there's a 6-year gap, a 5-year gap between them again. So they're quite
I bet she gets ID'd all the time.
and she does get. So my sister, once in a hairdresser, she was told that they were like, oh, does your child want like sons? Like, so she was so offended as this like 16-year-old girl that I was her child. She was furious. And then a few years ago, she started telling people that we were twins. So she's kind of got the back, and now she's moved on to telling people that I am in fact older than her.
Okay.
And it's working. People believe her. People believe this woman.
When you're not wearing a mask.
In general, to be fair, my sister has done a bit of transformation too. She's used lockdown. Not only she was already losing crazy amounts of weight, and she's gone vegan, all sorts of beautiful things. She's done so much well with her life. But she's so much like me. We're very similar. So my brothers are very like blokey, laddie people. You know, they're angry at me for not knowing when Tim Sheringham started. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's a 90s thing or before. I don't have a clue. Leave me alone. Right? But my sister is so much like me. We work in the same building. We work the Book of Mormon together. We still see each other. We see each other all the time. We go on holiday together with our group of friends, all sorts of things. So I'm really lucky. It's almost like there is almost like a twin divide. We love our brothers, but there's 2 identical twins, and there's me and Erica. Even though we're 6 years apart, I feel incredibly close to my sister. And she's even like, she did one TikTok, which was cartwheels in the garden for me getting 1 million. She got hundreds of followers from doing it.
There you go.
I don't like her.
But she said she won't do another video until I hit 2 million. So this is why I'm keen. It's all about making my sister.
Well, we just want to point out you're on the podcast now, so it's like to happen maybe tomorrow. So
yeah, it's true. Once I get with these guys,
exactly. You were on the podcast. And as a result
of this podcast,
Mike,
you went through 1 million. So now here we go. Then
you need to find people who are just about to break 1 million, bring them all on, and then you can market it as like, we've got a success story.
We've got such a success story. Well, to be fair, when Baz started co-hosting this podcast, Baz was on 50 or 60,000 followers.
He was that, but that was insane. Though. That was
and now it's on 440 odd. So is it 440 odd?
That was the fastest growth thing.
Proper number?
Huh?
457.
457,000. And that can't be a coincidence either.
Well, I like to think it was a good vibe to come out.
Do you know what? I literally have the Midas touch, so that's what it is.
I think it was the night I was like moaning and sort of being all despondent about the fact that the TikTok's not going well. And
at the time, you were quite moaning, weren't you?
We were both quite moaning.
Go back, watch the previous one. At that time, he was like, I don't want to go viral. I don't care about this anymore.
You're liar.
I'm done with this. I don't need to be viral.
I literally fucking said that. Didn't I?
You did.
I don't care.
I don't want to go
I,
around it.
I literally,
And I was loading it over this phone.
I was watching you get 100,000 people every couple of days. I was like, that fucker told me last week. He was not even fussed. I might as well take these people.
Do you know?
He's done the same thing with followers that I did with girls. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the results only came when you don't care. That's exactly the same thing, man.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Was that the one? Was that the?
Yeah, it was. That was
We love
literally
that. I
it.
love that one. Yeah.
So we did the podcast on the Wednesday. I made that video on the Sunday. It was the first viral video that I'd ever had, which has gone past 1 million. And then it was 2 weeks. It was a week after that that myself and Mike were talking. We did a WhatsApp FaceTime on the Sunday, didn't we? And we were talking about the Wednesday coming because we had Prime Dan, didn't we? He'd been on, and then we were going to have. I think it was Laurie. Was after that.
Yeah.
Knox or
Knox, yeah. But we had a.
We've had both.
Yes.
you've had both.
Yeah.
I thought you'd had both.
I could barely tell them apart. but we were having the FaceTime thing on the WhatsApp FaceTime thing on the Sunday, and I literally said to him, "Oh, I posted this video. It's gone rocketing off, but it's. I know. Basically, he looked at it, and I said, "Oh, it's on about 2,000." He went, "No, it's on 63,000." And I went back, and it was 125,000. And then we looked on it again, and it stopped. And I went, "Oh, it's stopped now." And he went, literally, I remember his words going, "Oh no, someone human is looking at that now." And I was like, "What?" He said, "No, Phil C had said when you get to 100,000 really quickly, it stops."
Oh yeah.
And then literally within 10 minutes, it just went from 125,000 to 250,000. I was like, "Whoa!" And then, but I always remember those words of saying, like, because obviously Mike had already been talking to other TikTokers saying, "This is the thing of how it works."
Oh yeah, if it stops dead, you're in for a winner.
Yeah.
Literally, once I was playing the piano and I checked the thing, it was like, I haven't got any views, and I was like, I don't think I'm getting it. I'm gonna go viral. It's like really like improvised song. Awful. Well, that's why I don't.
Filmed it, put it on.
That's why I don't go live during those moments.
Well, Spider Granny says, just noticed they're on the same drink from the start.
No.
For 3, looking for 4.
No. I've been doing
Exactly. But Baz has got his secreted down the side. And I don't know if you notice me. I don't know if you keep you see me keep walking up. Like I say, we're all on holiday. This holiday's all inclusive. I keep nipping to the fridge and back again. I'm surprised you haven't noticed.
It's the seamless aspect of your podcast that you can't even.
Can I just say this has been one of the sort of like proper chats tonight.
I love it.
But usually we might talk about stuff which is absolute bollocks. Having you in the middle makes it
We
so
did do
much
weather
more
for 25 minutes.
Yeah.
We did do weather for 25 minutes. Without the weather. But we didn't.
Do you know what? It worked. It worked. But do you know what? And this is the good thing about it. Is that because we've been so busy with the thing that we're not allowed to tell you about, but we told you, frustratingly told you some detail about what can't tell you anymore. I'm aware of that fact. But because we've been so busy today, when it got to about 8 o'clock and the Italy game came on, I was just like, right, setting all the gear up for the podcast. So I was like, do you know what? Usually I do a fair amount of prep of what the content's going to be and all this kind of stuff. We got to 8 o'clock, I was like, I haven't done any. What are we going to talk about? But do you know what? This has been one of the ones I've enjoyed more than any of the other ones. It's just kind of descended into exactly what this podcast is.
I think that's the joy of knowing us. Like, if you'd had to have like read out random questions.
And do you know what? And if this were your first time on, obviously you wouldn't be sat here, but you'd be over there. Then it's harder because we know each other and we spent the whole day with each other and things like that. It's just kind of. It's just kind of fun. Honestly, I've really enjoyed it. It sounds like it's going to end, but I'm not going to end it for any time. We usually end about 90 minutes in, but might as well just carry on. Anyway, on that bombshell, I'm going to go and I'm going to go back to the bar at the all-inclusive resort we're at.
It is impressive, this bar. The budget here
it's excellent.
The Lock-in Pub is
saying that it is getting a bit low now.
That's it. Jessica says she'll have 50 comments on that post, Baz. And she's talking about the big one where you went by, the blum 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 blum.
Oh yeah, no, so you know Jess by now. So Jess was the person that comments most on my. I said to you earlier that
Jess is lovely.
Ashamedly, I didn't follow Jess for such a long time, and she.
I hope I follow her now. Disclaimer to all those that I think I follow. I'm sorry, I think I follow you. There we go. That's how it works. Pubman Dan knows.
Yeah, so Jess is the TikToker that she grew up, was born in the town where I live now.
Oh, really?
And then she moved to Spain for a while. Then lives in the north now. And Mike asked her about her accent because she's got a proper northern accent.
Oh, she does. Yeah.
Because so two things you need to know about me, and they're both the fact that I literally assimilate accents really quickly. So when
you take people, so I used to copy people. I'm always about trying to copy people. So I mean, if you do that with accents, and often a lot of actors I met during training as actors all said I used to walk into a group of people and all of a sudden be a brumming. It just happened.
Well, I think the only reason I haven't
just brumming.
And that was a bad example because I went to Birmingham. Nobody ever comes to brumming. You like their band. That's what I've got for you.
I think the only reason I haven't sort of like capitulated completely into northern dialect is because you're here. Because it might get, as she said, I think Josh might keep you.
Like in
the south a little bit. Because when I first met Mike,
he has a bit, yeah.
we were
That's a bit bitter.
No. He understands that a little bit.
No, we know what the power is.
So we played golf within about 20 minutes. Like literally, I've become this northern wanker, like with this ridiculous voice.
But listen, we went on like Berry Golf Club, right? I'm on a fourth hole. He's talking like he's on fucking Emmerdale, which isn't even in Lancashire. Do you know what I mean? I was just like, that's what has happened to me.
Right, yeah.
And he was like, oh, shank that one.
What
the hell are you talking
Be right.
Berry, you can't do it. You can't beat that.
I tend to, the only thing that will happen to me is I basically mostly have this voice all the time, except for if I find myself in a London party, very quickly I know what's going on. And I end up having this awful accent that isn't
really?
It's not
I'd
me.
love to hear Street Drops.
It's not me.
I would
it's
love
me
to.
trying to like think that I can fit in. And I'm like,
do you put in it? Yeah.
And I said in it when I was getting in your car. I was like, why did I say in it? I just say in it. I literally said it. I was like,
you have to do it properly.
I say in it, but I do say in it.
So the best way is someone goes to you, you're having a really good time, you go in there.
Yeah. see, as a northerner, we use in. See, as a northerner, we use in it, but as a substitute for isn't it? Which is
same,
how it's supposed to be.
But there's.
But replying to a question,
like
isn't an answer. It's a question. But it's like my kids say like something in it.
Oh,
but when I say in it, right? They'll be like, "Oh, why are you saying that? That's young." I said, "No, it's not. I've been saying that for 40 years ago." So I said, "No, it's just like saying it as like you would say like you'd reply to a question with in it like as an agreement." It's like no, I'd be like it's
it's more like agreement.
No,
it's an agreement.
It's called in here, innit? That's what I'd say. It's called in here, innit?
Oh yeah, no. Yeah.
So I'd use it as a substitute.
You expect a response, but us we're like,
exactly. It's just like
we use it like the Welsh do when you got to go. When they go, isn't it? So it's the same thing. Where
I'd be like, it's called in here, innit? And he'd be going,
yeah.
I was like, what?
In it there. In it there.
I assume you need to answer that.
No, but it's the same as like when people use bear. It's like it's bear good.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm really drunk, I might say I'm bear hungry.
I've used that. I'm the same.
My daughter does that. My daughter does that, but it's like
in Ireland.
No, it's like 23-year-olds. 23-year-olds in Manchester.
During the pandemic. During the pandemic. That makes sense.
No, she goes like she'll say bear something, but not much.
Yeah,
but neither of the younger kids do. But it's like, do you know what? I'd love to hear Street Josh.
I don't know. I almost feel like that's it. It's not that much. It's just like a little bit of me thinking, I'm like, oh, can you pass me that?
Yeah.
It's just a little bit of. It's just a little bit more. It's just a little bit more like that's it. It's not like even this. I'm just missing my teeth.
You get it already.
I'm just like, okay. For example, water. The word water is the most obvious, right? But I do actually. Actually,
so you enunciate very well
say water
on social media.
Most of the time, I would say water. I would.
Yeah.
And that's just because can you get me a glass of water? It's quick. It's a
quick
one. Whereas actually, there is a thing that when I get into performing mode, I just put the tea back in. And water. Give me a glass of water.
Yeah.
I do. I always do. I don't know what it is. There is. Because I think it's just part of the training. There is a slight.
See, this is one of the things that I said. I don't know when, but we'll find a time where I can come down and see. So I wanted to come down.
Yeah.
do a little bit of like, let's see another side of London that you don't normally see, that kind of stuff. Do some content on that. But I'd love to see, like, I feel like David Attenborough. I want to see Joshua in his natural habitat, just like walking around here. It's like, so like this water's bare cold.
Parkour. You think it's in a parkour in the
Joshua's
favourite park, innit?
Joshua's bumped into a road man. What's he going to say?
Yo, diggity. Yo, blood. Where the party is. It's not that.
I love that term roadman as well, because like
Roadman is a thing.
It's literally a London thing.
I even have a video, one of my earliest videos. Matilda dressed. She literally did this. She bought loads of clothes from ASOS and sent them back. She spent like £1,000 more just to style me because she thought it'd be funny. And I made a video. It didn't even get any views, but my god, it was fun. But there's one, and I was like, and one of them, she put me in like a black full tracksuit and like this like little bag that goes like
and a quarter jacket
and like a little hat. It was all matching trainers. We sent every bit of what I was wearing back, every little bit. And we put the sign above it, the Roadman, and we let people vote what they preferred the most. I was like in a blue suit, and the Roadman was the one that got the most attention.
Wow.
What I cannot get away with it. I cannot like sit at the back of the bus like hello, like I can't.
Hello.
They got to be threatening or something. So how?
They got to be threatening.
I'm already getting ID'd. How much? What?
Jesse says Wagwan. But
Wag 2 is the she already did it.
Wag 2.
Wag 2, yeah.
Okay, no, definitely it is.
Yeah, so
Wag 2.
Okay, okay. Well, hold on a minute. I know what Wagwan means because one of my I know, but I know that only because one of my best mates is of Jamaican heritage. He's a Brummie, but he's of Jamaican heritage, and he talks like that when he talks to his mum. He talks in proper patois to his mum. Please tell me that white people aren't using Wagwan.
They are.
Yeah, roadmen.
Roadmen do. Wagwan. It's like Wagwan my G. You actually say Wagwan my G.
Yeah.
Sorry, I need to clarify. I don't mean white people. I mean non-Jamaican, because there are white Jamaican people.
No.
They're allowed to use it.
Yeah. So white roadmen.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
Around me.
Yeah. So it is a language now. It's not related to any race. It's literally how people talk.
Fucking, if I saw a white youngster saying Wagwan, I would genuinely have to resist river. I would genuinely have to resist river dancing on his face.
I agree.
I would have to.
I don't really like it, but it's actually honestly so much around me in the last 10 years. So much. So I have a joke answer, which is Wag 2.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like I can say Wag 1 back.
You definitely can't.
So I make the joke and I say Wag 2 because Wag 1, Wag 2. And then they usually go Wag 3 and then move on as a joke. Like it's always the way out. It's my way out of the problem.
So I'm glad that you move on after Wag 3. You don't
go Wag 4, 5, 6, 7.
By definition, that combination is infinite.
An infinite Wag 1.
But in fairness, even at the age of 29, you're rapidly moving on from like cultural language difference already. People like talk the way they talk, right? It's that thing. It's like so my grandson, who's 11, has a completely different vernacular to me. Like he's using words I don't even understand, and I thought I've learned some of the ones from either TikTok or the internet, or whatever.
Yeah. TikTok would have taught you I don't quite up to date in terms of.
Well, I don't expect to understand, how an 11-year-old speaks. It's like there's quite a few years between us. I think if I understand any words, I'm doing quite well.
Well, one of the ones that I noticed was that I did a video about the one where I play an American and a UK.
Yeah.
And it was one of them was where he goes, "Oh, I'm so pissed."
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, "How can you be pissed? It's only 8 o'clock in the morning." There's this whole conversation about what pissed means. It was like pissed up, pissed down, all that. And loads of people, particularly younger people, said, "Yeah, we use pissed for annoyed as well." It was like, fuck off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You might do, but you shouldn't.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean? About being, didn't you see something like, you don't want to be on, you don't want to be pissed on?
Exactly. It was like, well, pissed off? Well, why not on? No. Pissed on, not pissed on. Pissed on is this. But is that what about pissed? Oh, you mean drunk? You mean pissed off? Oh, what? Why not down? Because pissed down means raining.
But I think the whole there's always been a crossover of American languages come to us and we've sent it to them. But that pissed thing, in fairness, I've used it in terms of like, I'm pissed as an angry, because you understand that a lot of people use it now that didn't in the first place.
I've never, honestly, I've never, and I mean never, heard somebody from the UK use the word pissed to mean annoyed.
Yeah,
You're going to hate me.
Literally,
I've done it. I've done
She
it,
says
yeah.
Wagwan and she says pissed. You're going to have to beat.
I can't wait.
I
As long as we can film this and make a TikTok,
Of course,
or a YouTube
We'll
video.
do anything as long as
No,
it's
honestly, but honestly, I genuinely think that there might be there's some content in it, and not. I don't mean let's make some content to get some views. People will be genuinely interested to watch it because
I agree.
I want to do that because I quite like the idea of doing something around for like YouTube. I only say YouTube, I want to do it in a longer format, but the stuff I want to do, like when I go and see Baz down at the Windsor Horse Show.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not despite what I say occasionally. I'm from kind of middle class-ish background.
Reveal.
Well, not
Middle class reveal.
Well, lower middle class.
That's all right.
Do you know what I mean? Lower middle class.
We're still with money.
Look. Do you know what I mean?
Hopefully, what the UK society should offer.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
No, it's like I never went to boarding school or private school or anything like that. My dad was a director of companies and things like that. So we're the kind of lower middle class though. So I wasn't like proper like working class and all that kind of stuff. But I do like the idea of doing something when we go to the Windsor Horse Show of just kind of northerner out of his depth. I think there's mileage in that somewhere.
It's not the best vehicle because like horse people aren't, even though they are posh, they are still very hands on. So there's a difference between the people that go to horse shows. What you really want to go is to a show like my old one, which is the Game Fair, where they are literally the land.
No. I think horsey people are enough to make it work.
No. But the thing is, those people still get up at 6 in the morning and 5 in the morning and muck out shit.
It's not
So
about.
it's very different.
Yeah.
So it's not about that. It's about people.
Mate, if I get you,
Mate, people who spend their time with horses they own.
Yeah.
Is fucking posh.
Yeah, fair dues. Yeah.
All right, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, compared to people
It's
that
like, the only thing people know about horses around where I am is when they lose their wages in a weekend in the bookies.
I was going to say
that's all they know about horses.
One of the weirdest
So
things.
I think there's definitely something around that where we could do kind of a northerner out of his depth at this posh thing, and I think this is some of the sort of thing we could do, not kind of taking a piss at it, but just kind of like just a northerner trying to understand what everything that we've spoken about.
Yeah, I think that might be a
great.
good way of kind of structuring it.
Yes.
Well,
Even a series of jokes could still
Yeah.
be structured nice, like me being like, is this? And you go, oh, we got something like that. We got this angel that's like, that's why I got there. And I go,
But here's
Some
what
kind
of way.
Here's one of the weirdest things about the weekend that I spent up in Bury was that we're playing on this really nice golf course, and we get to like.
It looked nice. Basically, I saw you in your little caddy thing, and then I got confusion.
It was way too hard for a man of my ability. But the thing is, so we get to the fourth hole, and we're driving up there, and there's these two kids, one on a bike and one walking. And Mike's literally goes into Manchester Motor. He's going to go, yeah, there's a couple of scallies there. I'm literally, it's just two kids. So I'm completely oblivious to the fact that these two little wankers might be stealing our shit. Mike's already like putting the barriers up. He's like, yeah, I've seen kids like this before, so I'm going to be a bit cautious. Let them go. And I'm literally like oblivious because like
I would be like, hello, Northern folk, come join us.
No, it's more that like we were both on the fairway ready to stake our shots.
Yeah.
And I saw these two little kids in the baggy sweatpants
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff riding bikes. I'm not entirely convinced with theirs.
Yeah.
Right.
I know.
So they were riding up, and I realised that I left both my phones in the golf buggy.
Yeah.
That they were psychopaths, so I just went up and pulled my phones out of the buggy.
Oh no, but what I'm saying is I was completely oblivious.
Was it live at the time? Was it live and not watching you at the time?
I can't remember.
There are
they
times
were
where-
live, and I went back and picked up one of my phones.
Well, the point is like just say how out of touch I am about like cultural differences or kids or whatever. It's like Mike was viewing these kids as like they're probably going to steal some shit, and I was like, it's just two kids on the bike. So I don't know if
exactly.
I don't know if
it's
I was,
just whose bike was it? I'm pretty sure it wasn't theirs.
I don't know if it's because I've become a little bit soft and I just look at kids and kind of go, or I still think I could probably catch them. And in my head,
You in a golf buggy behind them in a camera, like, come on.
It's just one of those sort of weird things.
See, Spencer said, whose horse is that?
Yeah, exactly.
I would love to do that. love to do that at the Windsor Horse Show. Do you know what? There's a video in just putting that sound on and me just going down and pointing at horses the whole time.
But-
Just 30 seconds of me pointing at horses.
If you want to go to that as well, I've
Yeah,
got
sounds
tickets.
Do
So
you know
yeah.
what?
course I
Me
do.
pointing at horses for 30 seconds with Ty Fleming's audio. Who's that? Who's that?
But I think there's a lot more scope for that as well because like I think the questions you would ask wouldn't be kind of like, have you seen the guy that like walks around and goes to youngsters like, what's the capital of like so and so?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and they're like,
no idea. Yeah.
I don't want to take the piss out of anyone.
Well, no, but
that's a tricky one.
If anything, if I'm going to go in and do some footage around the Windsor, the Royal Windsor Horse Show, it's going to be taking a piss out of me, not anybody else.
Yeah, so
you know what I mean?
It's a slightly through
Do you know what I
time.
mean? And it is kind of like I say, it is kind of it is kind of portraying me as a northerner as being, because like I say, I had a really good upbringing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We were like relatively wealthy.
You
and
never
all.
had a horse, did you?
But that's the. I didn't want a fucking horse.
Yes, you wanted a horse. We all
I
wanted a
definitely
horse.
didn't want a horse. Man.
Horses are cool.
I really like horses, and I like going to the horses.
Yes,
I like betting on
same.
horses.
Oh, we should go to the racing one day. We should go to the
But
racing.
I don't. I don't.
I'm really good at picking winners.
Put it this way, you know, when everyone else was like, you know when that was whole scandal that there was horse in lasagna, and everyone went, "Oh my god!" I was like, "It's alright, it's tasty."
Yeah, my opinion was it's always been horses.
Yeah. I don't
You
care.
someone just told you it was
I
beef.
don't care. I don't care what animal that is. If it tastes good, it's having it. I'm happy.
We don't know the difference.
So we got on to 18 year old Josh.
What?
We did. We did.
Did we?
Yeah. So we did. This is when you sort of first moved that realm where you were kind of like discovering being camp and
Well, I figured out at 18, I was doing A-levels, I was doing maths, physics, which was crazy.
Yeah.
Drama and media studies.
What?
So I had these two worlds where I was
You are
like,
not going to believe what A levels I did.
no. And then you completely different.
I did-
That's
I-
like sports science. Geography.
Exactly. Yeah. Badger baiting.
It would have probably been
Wrestling.
whip it chasing.
No. I did 3 A levels.
Whipping.
Guess which 3 A levels I did?
Maths.
Go with, I think it's got to be maths and physics and
Correct.
engineering and
Correct.
geography.
No.
History.
Oh, media.
Maths,
Drama.
maths, physics, and media studies.
Media.
Well, my three-
Wow.
How cool
Wow, that is
that?
cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Maths,
That is
physics.
cool.
So I had that same thing. I did maths and physics because I was good at them.
Yeah.
It's not a field I
Me
wanted to
too,
go
Me
into,
too, totally.
but I just knew that I could get points to get to university.
Easy.
But on maths
And
and
then
physics,
media
it's the same
studies.
thing.
Uh,
They are.
they definitely bleed into one another,
No.
especially mechanics.
Physics is the
engineering.
physics is literally the artistic version of maths. That's literally what it is. No, it's true. That's what it's called. It is. It's literally what it's called. It's literally it's maths.
No, I would call
Anyway,
physics the
I
big
did maths.
question.
I did maths. Well, do you know why I did physics?
It's something else, you don't.
No. I did maths. I did maths and physics. The reason I did physics because back in the day you could choose one of the three. You could do like physics, chemistry, or biology.
Sciences, right?
Yeah, and it was physics. Hold on.
Yeah.
Points to know what science is.
Isn't he good? Wow.
Such a
Hey,
skill.
next time we do a quiz, you're on my team.
I'm not here for it. I'm not here by accident, folks.
That's it. Yeah, if we do eggheads, you're on my team. Right. So, so yeah, maths, physics, and media studies is what I did. But the reason I picked physics of all the sciences, all the three, is because chemistry. It was just like it'd go up on a board and go, this happens, and then there's this, and there's this equation, and when you take that off, that happens. I was like, ow. He goes, it just does. You just got to trust me. You can't see it, but it can.
Yeah.
And then biology is the same thing.
Oh.
Inside your body is this, all this. I can't see it. And couldn't get it. But physics, it was go, you know, if you've got this and you push a force against it, it goes that way. That way I can see that.
We
Yeah.
learned that today so
get it.
cleanly.
And that is how I get it. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's why I did physics. So yeah, I did maths and physics. And probably the same as you. I did maths and physics and knew I was good at them. And I knew without trying too hard, I could get good points to get to uni. I did media studies because I was interested in it, because my dad and both my brothers worked for an advertising agency
Yeah.
at the time I was choosing me, and I wanted to go into that sort of thing.
So young, it's amazing.
And that's the sort. I wanted to get into TV or media studies, and that's the way I wanted to go. So I knew
That's
that
a
I
great
was
marketing.
that's what I wanted to do for a career. But I knew that if I wanted to get into TV, I would have to work for like a year for free, and that's just how you get into it. But yeah, I just thought, oh well, I'll do that then. And then I love my 23-year-old daughter.
But
okay,
but she definitely got the butt.
But she's the reason I couldn't work for a year with no money.
Oh, bless her.
Oh,
I can't wait to meet her.
she's amazing. But yeah, I don't regret anything. I've had a good one.
Back to you.
Oh,
So
I did those A levels, but I very much knew before I actually finished my final exams, I knew I was into a drama school, because drama schools, rightly so, are very different. They literally take, especially the big ones like RADA. I didn't go to one of the biggest. I went to one of the Birmingham big one. I was really glad to do, because I was like, let's get out of London, that's fine. But they only take a few people a year in their main acting course, only a few, and they say we need this many. Result. It also says in fine print, we also have the right to offer this to literally anyone. And that's because they do. RADA's constantly like, hey person, you can just join the team.
If you know someone.
Yeah. If you're his daughter, you are guaranteed. Of course, you're guaranteed in. But
RADA's a really weird one.
They're all like that. They are a team of them, and they're all. RADA's the biggest and like that, but they just basically want to be able to do whatever the hell they want all the time, but charge university fees.
But RADA predominantly took on North.
They have phases. They literally choreograph the future. Realize what's fashionable. For example, right now what's actually fashionable, and rightly so, is minorities. And absolutely rightly so. So you see that these academic years come out. Remember, so RADA might do 40 people a year. You find the majority of them are men, and the majority of men is because all theatre, film, everything, unfortunately, has mostly male parts. And until that changes, they won't change. They don't feel the need to. And also, you'll find a great proportion of them away. And that is brilliant to a degree. But it used to be that the majority of them were just white girls. Like, it really was white girls who were all perfect with blonde hair and blue eyes.
There was a period there where they took on kind of, I want to use the term sort of chaffy. So
they realised that it was all something cool, like Misfits. Remember that show, Misfits?
Yeah, I love it.
Around that era, it was very cool to have. So the guy who's the lead guy in Kingsman. That's that.
Taranega.
And actually, a very cool guy.
He's listening.
I don't know if he is. I don't think he is.
It's a really cool
I met him once, and I didn't think he was
Welsh.
I met him once. I didn't think he was Welsh, so I wonder if I just did not meet him.
I love that exchange between the two.
I really thought
he's a really cool guy. He's Welsh though. Isn't he?
I did want to say when he told us the next.
I just put it out there, like he's an actor, so Matt's cool.
Well, I know a few people that know him. He used to be friendly.
He's cool as fuck, mate.
I know it's probably
like literally Rocket Man.
There was something very cool about being able to, and RADA and those kind of industries know that they don't want to just look like Benedict Cumberbatch all the time. They want to look like they've helped someone build, but in fact they haven't actually usually done that. Really insanely talented people. They've just been like you on purpose, and then we'll throw.
If you look at the people that have come through RADA, a lot of those people are literally like Jane Horrocks, people that were northern based.
They have to choreograph their image as well as.
Do you know what? It was. I don't know if you're like. I mean, I'm sure you noticed it, but it was probably 15 years ago. The only voice you would have heard, the continuity announcers in between TV shows who said, next up is this, and TV presenters and everyone. About 15 years ago, everything was plummy, like real BBC voice and all that kind of stuff.
You know what they call that? It's called RP.
Yeah, it is RP.
It's called RP. Yeah, RP. It means received pronunciation.
Yeah.
It's literally taught as the English
Charlie Warner.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's considered, and literally the other phrase for it is BBC English, which is ridiculous because you should be allowed to have a representative.
But look at it now.
Britain.
It's just like now it's like you've got to be a Geordie.
Yes.
Or a Northern.
Or have you listened to the links that are on Channel 4 even now?
It's like a Nigerian woman or something.
Well, but also, it's more the context. When people go, there's a program on next. I don't really like it, but you'll probably enjoy it. And I love that shit because it's.
They start copying Dave.
There is
definitely a Nigerian
sounding woman.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Which I think is absolutely great. I don't want everything to feel like.
The other line was literally like, I've just, so you better watch a program about so and so. I think it's a bit rubbish, but you'll probably like it. It's
Yeah.
And that's how real people speak, don't they?
Yeah. No, it's cool. It's cool. Right. Well, we've been on 2 hours now, so it's probably time we say goodbye. So, anyway, listen.
Can I ask a quick question? Have you enjoyed this chat between 3 young people of varying ages? I've enjoyed myself immensely.
Thoroughly.
I'm not going to lie.
But, I've really enjoyed tonight. I thought it was brilliant. So, thanks everyone for being on again.
Sorry if it ignored you a bit. It wasn't
No,
intentional.
but do you know what? I mean, the chat section is there, and we try and speak to people as much as we can. But I think tonight that's what it's about having a conversation and bouncing off each other and doing everything. I really enjoyed it tonight.
I think when this plays back, it's going to be quite good because it's a little less about me and Mike.
I might have to. Thanks everyone. We've got loads of really good comments. Snack Boop said sorry for being weird.
That's okay. We all are.
Yeah, I love you.
You're not willing to reveal.
We'll do it later.
We'll do it. We're not,
Can you come on every week and just like
come on every week. You have to watch this every week.
Yeah, you've all got to come back next week. So, honestly, really appreciate your support in everything, everything you do. So, yeah, I've not been doing, from my point of view, I've not been doing my 3 o'clock lives this week. It's not because I don't do them anymore. It's just going to be really busy this week. I've been doing loads of, I've either been on the golf course with people I don't know, or there's been a lot of stuff. We're doing a lot of family stuff last couple of weeks. It's not that I don't do them anymore. It's just I haven't done them this week. I'll be back on tomorrow probably. So anyway, thank you so much for joining us again. Really appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting everything that all 3 of us do, because we see the names in the comment section on this, and you're the same names that are on every time we do a live and every time we post anything like that. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. See you next time.
Bye.
Thank you.